Everyone is on mute. Double check because I messed up before.
Alright,
Yep.
Yep.
Hello.
Yep, I believe it's working.
Hello,
Hi
hello,
everyone.
hello, and
Alright, hello!
oh, I like this.
Yep, yeah, spoilers.
What is this?
Yeah, this is spoilers already. I'm already messing up, but before we jump, don't look down, look at me right now. Hi, welcome to the Eye of Observation. We are the Rollers of Fate. I'm your DM Mark, and I'm today with some of my players. I have a Joey, a Luke, a Martin, a Andy, and another Martin. Say hi, everyone.
Hello, everyone!
Hello. And hello again.
Goodbye, everyone.
Yeah, you have to say goodbye somewhat earlier as well, second guy,
bye.
because Cisco will be a bit later, but yeah, that doesn't stop us from starting already. Before we jump into our game, yeah, surprise yard announcements, because yeah, Cisco is not here, so he's obviously fired again, so, and I don't get paid to read these out loud, so here you have them. With that out of the way, yeah,
Someone getting paid?
Yeah, bless you, Martin.
no, you cannot ask.
Thank
We
you.
immediately go to the point of inspiration game.
Alright, let's see what we got.
Oh my
So-
god, we're so fast.
Yep, sorry. Yeah, you can
Fucking
pause the
hell.
video. You obviously saw it, the YouTube link. If you want to rewatch it, go back over there. So we're on the 7th and sadly the last season of Ernst and Bobby. This is our last figure. Here we see, yeah, on the 7th season they go to the circus and he's basically the circus director or something. He also, he's the man, not the parrot, by the way.
No, I don't believe you.
I don't think you had to make that
Yeah.
distinction, but fucking hell,
I
what an
mean-
aura this man has.
Yeah, this
Benny
was
Hill.
the least pixelated picture I could find. So yeah, for the point of inspiration,
That's not the
it is.
that's not the issue I have with this man.
Yeah, what is the
Fine,
issue?
fine. It's Ronnie Corbett.
I think it looks as if, like, I can't tell whether he's got like a raging hard on or he's like ready to turn into a gorilla.
Why not both?
Is that your quirk that you want to describe him as, or do you want another
Sure.
try? Sure, okay.
Yeah.
Wales is a good guess. And
Alright,
then he's a
I-
circus
horny
director.
Animorph. Yeah, he's a horny animorph.
I'm gonna be
Fuck up,
honest.
Luke.
I think his quirk is that he is someone who gives 110% to whatever new fad or hobby that he does. So like the glasses, the hat, and everything is not like his normal look. He's a completely passionate about whatever it is that he's doing for like the episode. So he'll be like in like another episode as like a pirate, or like another episode as like something extremely fucking weird. But my whole thing is he's just an extremely passionate dude, and that's what I think his quirk is.
There's some deep lore to that.
Bit optimistic
I-
compared to your previous guesses, but yeah, I take it.
I think it's either the cockatiel makes all the decisions. He lets the cockatiel make all the decisions,
Mm-hmm.
or something along those lines. Like he's constantly talking to the cockatiel,
Got it. Yeah.
and it
Martin?
may or may not answer back.
Martin, you
He's
it
got a different animal every week. Like it's a cocktail, and then the one is like a monkey, and the next one is like
Yeah, that's the
something
most
else.
sensible one. That's the most sensible
Mhm.
one. Bugger.
So he's a druid.
Basically, yeah.
another druid that's entered
Hopefully
entered the
not
show.
evil druid.
Sadly, he's not a druid. Andy, you got somewhat close to it. He does talk to it, but he doesn't think the parrots can talk back. But in every episode, like when Ernst and Bobby first show up, the parrots start to say like, fucking idiot, you know, to Ernst and Bobby. And the circus director always thinks that Ernst and Bobby are saying that to him. So he talks to the bird, but, you know, he doesn't think bird talks back, so...
Oh, so the bird's just an asshole.
it is, it's a real
Bird.
fucking asshole.
Right, listen, everyone, you better up your game. That's me 2 weeks in a row now.
Yeah.
wasn't
Sadly, this
here.
was the last week we will do. No, these segments. These were all the.
Just because you weren't there
How
to
is-
defend your title doesn't mean you're not exempt from losing
is-
if you weren't there to defend
is-
it.
How is horny bestiality not close?
He doesn't ever touch the bird inappropriately.
There's a difference between chatting to animals and chatting up animals. That's why.
Yeah,
There you go.
You were
Clearly,
fair-
I don't know the
you are
distinction.
very close. You. Yep.
Don't encourage him, Mark.
Well,
I'll take that. I was close.
with that out of the way, we will say goodbye to Ernst and Bobby and the rest. Goodbye. Oh, forgot the... Why is he on another layer? Why is he on the...
Bye, Ernst.
We did
Bye,
this.
Bobby.
Okay, I cannot delete him.
hardly
Never
knew
mind. The zoo owner will stay there forever now, I guess. I cannot delete him. Great.
Oh no.
So yep, we will just figure out what other random thing I will figure out for the point of inspiration next week. But with that out of the way, congrats to the point of inspiration, and let's jump back into the eye of observation. So, you wanna hear a story, eh? Previously,
Yes.
the crows went into the palace together with a gang of devils. That's where we left off.
You know more happened than that.
I know, yeah. Okay, something
you know More
deeper.
happened than that.
Yeah, okay, more context. You guys went into the tunnel, you figured out the internal mist was hiding here, and you also gathered enough information to figure out that there's a big construction happening underneath the palace, which the internal mist is guarding. Previously, you investigated a elevator where you got some extra notes and such, but they somehow figured out that everything got deactivated, but you guys didn't get spot. And then you guys went to the other elevator, and I believe you just sent Kitiara out, right? I believe that's where my notes
I think
went.
That was the
we
idea.
have
I don't know
a-
if we did it, yeah.
Yeah, no, I remember me and the bird getting out of an area, and then I think we would go continue exploring somewhere, but then you were like, "We'll cut that here."
Oh yeah, I said let's cut, like, you guys were going to explore the second elevator thing
Yes.
that looks, is kind of like on the opposite side of the other one you noticed. It looks very similar. Let's just keep on going from here. So with that, yeah, you're once again in the same type of elevator. Chef room before you enter. You did notice, I don't know if anyone still has detect magic going on, probably.
I think Andy would have.
I had a ritual cast there before we started poking around.
Like, I believe so, because you noticed the other traps laying around, or the alarm spells being placed
Yeah,
everywhere.
remember
Yeah,
that.
we dispelled everything up, yeah.
Yeah, so you probably figure...
Don't go over there. Avoid that.
Don't touch those things. Yep. Like, basically the same, like the handle for the elevator to go up and down, and the door, once again, is also...
Oh, Kai, no, don't touch that. Take out a spray bottle. Bad.
Right, well, this place is wired up to shit. We should probably have more manpower just for the spellcasting and spell magic.
Just move carefully around the alarms. At least for now. Can only use dispel magic so often, and I'd rather we keep some of our resources for any potential disaster.
I would have to agree. This is
Is it-
not a very pleasant area to be.
No, it is not. Is there anywhere else we wish to go?
I mean, that's the question. I mean, I think I'm going to try my best to look for those plans that were written down and hopefully find them in the Great Library, or at least copies of them.
That is what
But,
we need to do when we leave here, yes.
I think the real issue is making sure we don't run into the Eternal Mist.
Well, Malcolm, you know what? I believe that you have the capabilities to do exactly what you need to do, and I'm going to give you a bardic inspiration, a d6.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll happily take it.
Yep.
But, yeah, so I assume the second elevator is the last thing we're going to investigate, but then we may move off after that.
I think that would be a good idea.
Yeah. So I think if there's any way I can unlock this door without causing any alarms, I'm going to try my best to.
I'll keep an eye out
I mean,
for
last
any...
time we dispelled magic, but then the guy came afterwards. So because they noticed that the alarms were off.
I will keep my eyes and ears open for anything.
Yeah. Actually, that's a good thing. How do you think they were able to see in the darkness? Do you think they had like special
I
better
mean,
dark vision goggles?
Like, it's not dark
That's-
vision that you need, it's more of a, no, the mist is somewhat lingering around here, like, you're at this point quite far away from, like, the main hallway where you came from where, like, the sewer is leading towards.
Yeah.
Like, there the mist was very thick, where you couldn't, see anything, like, the walls in front of you were barely visible. Here, you can, see, like, 15 to 20 feet,
Oh, right, okay.
kind of decently, but it's not optimal.
Right. I think in that case, then we're gonna check out this last door, and then that'll be it.
You do notice, like, the lock isn't alarmed, like, the door itself is alarmed, so once the door, opens, something will probably trigger. That's...
You know what? I'm going to cast See Invisibility. Just in case. Henry's eyes glow now. Like cat eye.
actually, I was gonna say, Dr. Jones, do you have access to the silence spell?
I don't have it recorded, no.
Damn. Okay, because I was about to say if we could try to get a silent spell going, and then I would do knock that, then we could just get rid of any locks, but never mind. I do also have
Great,
dispel
okay.
magic, but
It may just be easy to dispel the door.
I mean,
I'm still detecting magic. I have See Invisibility up, and I am keeping my eyes and ears open.
well, I do have plenty of space to do dispel magic if you want me to do it. Then we could just balance out our resource instead of only you dispelling the doors. Because I could actually get my stuff back.
True. Keep it ready.
Okay. Someone go dispel this door so I can open it.
So we'll cast a dispel magic. And am I dispelling the alarm, or what am I dispelling here, just to make sure?
I think it's an alarm.
Just
Yeah, I guess I'll get rid of the
whatever
alarm.
magic is on the door.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
overall, if you target the door, the door will be cleared from any nuisances.
Yeah. And in the meantime, talking in the sense of like we're in a video, like we're in a game, I'm gonna expel with my bonus action 5 sorcery points to get that back.
Understandable.
Yep. Then I get my 3rd spell slot back.
Okay.
Alright,
do you
alarm
need me to roll
removed.
sleight of hand?
Yep.
Henry just looks at Will and says, "No wonder you end up coughing up blood whenever you're tapped for magic. You keep doing that."
Yeah, it's and then he'll spit out like a golden loogie. Yeah.
Okay, that was really, really close to a nat 20 on my screen, but it landed at
28.
so
Fuck.
28.
Like, don't you already have the thing where you cannot roll below a 10 or something? That
I
ability?
know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I still want the nat 20.
yeah, sure.
It could have been great,
Like easy as cake. Like it's not a world record in fastness or whatever, but you managed to get the door open once again.
Right.
No alarms go off that you can notice. Like the
Quick
room
scan
looks
of the room.
yeah, quite similar. This one a bit more empty, more open spaced. More like it's not a laboratory, but like some wizards. What do you call it? Office.
Tower.
Yeah, some like
Right.
some similar like this is a
Quarters.
wizard's place to
Maybe a study,
work,
Like
yeah.
their quarters,
Some-
their
Kind of a study.
I
yeah.
feel like I'm at home.
I'd be
Right,
like,
well-
yes, quite. And
If you're at home, where would you put your most valuable shit?
I have a look around. Is it set up in a way that makes sense to me, or is it just like you're like going into somebody else's office? And it's like, how the fuck do they think?
Yeah, that's
and,
like
I
I've
will
played
go-
enough games with friends to know that like what's optimal for one person isn't optimal for another person.
I turn to Malcolm and I go, "Oh, I don't know how this person thinks."
I'll be like, look,
Right, well, get
Dr.
looking
Jones,
then.
you are the most organized person I know. You can do this, and I'm gonna give him Dr. Jones a D6 bardic inspiration.
I go looking around for something valuable or interesting.
Well, everyone who wants to do that,
Yeah,
roll me an investigation.
Keep in mind, you still have the D6 from earlier. You never used it, so if you want to,
Yeah, I'm probably gonna. Oh, I'm actually gonna use it now because I want this to go good.
I'm not sure I need it just now.
22.
Mr. Albatross.
Hey, me and you both got the same number.
Oh, what the hell? I'm spending it right now, and this will not do.
Yeah. Yeah.
1. There. It's better than you. Fuck you.
Slightly better.
27.
Silvery barbs.
No.
No, I don't have that. I don't have
That would have been
Like, how petty are you that you are going to use the thing that you gain from him to prove that you're better than him?
I may have channeled my inner Henry just a little bit too hard there because he is a petty man.
Like, it's respectable.
that. I'm not sorry.
Well, with the 27, you figure out everything. No.
Yes. Yes.
Let's go from the least interesting to the most interesting. Very quickly as a group, you will figure out, like, basically how this elevator works. You see, like, the chain works and, like, how it's constructed. You figure out that you can probably temporarily disable it, if you like. From all the wizard's notes, this is, like, from a, arcane master, like, probably, like, top 3 smartest, best arcane casters is working around here. You just notice it's from all the scribbles that it's make, like, instead of, like, having to do the calculations, immediately goes to the answers immediately. He's talking, like, about, like, the most powerful, highly magical, concepts that you are aware of as a wizard. What he's working on right now, probably with all the notes, it's somewhat similar to, like, you've seen, like, the rituals for making obelisk stones. He is playing around with it, and you see a lot of the thrones from, like, the hexagons that you saw before, that block out magic. Those stone tablets you saw the drones from before. He's experimenting with that as well, but yeah, it's
So he's experimenting
leaks
with
above you to understand what's going on the papers. That's the
Sure.
issue.
Like it's Henry's aware of the theories, but he's never studied it in any degree whatsoever. So it's like, oh fuck, I don't really know what this is, but I have an idea of the concept.
Yeah, like you get the silhouette, you don't get the details like that. Yeah.
Got you. So he's flicking through it, and I go, right. It seems to be that our erstwhile scholar has been. He puts to one side a pile of stuff. He's been working on anti-magic properties and fields, much like we saw in those tablets earlier. But on this, he puts to one side. He's also been experimenting with the creation of obelisk stones to. Am I right in saying, Mark, it's to a greater degree than just like this stone I have in my pocket, or is it?
Yeah, like from the skill that you can master from everything, it seems to be beyond comprehension, right? It's once again another league above you. You cannot really fathom the power behind that he's playing with. Like
it's scary how big this guy is planning, though, or.
Yeah, like, what's going on here, it's endgame shit, that's
The amount of power this would require. He is experimenting with theories of obelisk stone use and creation on a scale of magnitude genuinely frightens me. I wonder if this is what's related to the ritual of ascension. But why the anti-magic, though?
Well,
Maybe
it could be
stop
that
anyone
it's gonna.
stopping him.
It could be that the ritual is unstable and possibly able to destroy him and whoever does it, so that anti-magic might be more protective of the caster than anything else.
Keep it contained?
Keep the negative effects contained. Like, to do the ascension, it's a very chaotic process, I imagine, so you need to keep it boxed, but trying to keep chaos in a box is normally not a great idea, so you just get a better box.
That's a very sorcerer way of looking at it, and it actually makes an upsetting amount of sense. We cannot. He looks. He's sort of looking at Will. He's like, yeah. You see it in his head. He's just thinking, yes, keeping something like you contained is just leading to an explosion.
I'm sorry, what was that? Will's just drinking out
Oh
of his
no,
wine.
nothing. I'm just being bitter at how easy you find all this. Anyway, right. So it is so theoretically, and again, this is far beyond my field of expertise. This ritual is massive in scale. So, an anti-magic dome, as we've discovered, under most circumstances, that would just cancel out magic. As I was thinking initially, cancelling out the ritual. So that why would or the obelisk stone use? So I don't. Why would that work? However, obelisk stones have a tendency to make people circumvent the rules. So if you keep it contained, but with all that obelisk stone energy powering the ritual is both charged but also contained before it goes off. Oh, I'm just guessing though.
One more
sounds
thing
like
you
pretty
notice
good
from
guess.
the investigations is as well, the elevator also leads down. But
Further down.
with the logic, you already thought you were at bottom because you were just in around the sewer. So what's even down from here?
I have an idea. We'll send Kitiara down there. She's safe enough to. And Sol will summon Kitiara and send her down the elevator.
Very well.
Because,
I'll keep looking through these notes to see if I can glean anything else. If it proves a hypothesis or if it is simply a hypothesis.
Sol will go into Kitiara's eyes, and I think Malcolm, depending on what Sol says, may try and jam that elevator.
Of course. In that case, we will go
Aye.
into the eye of. Oh, never mind.
Kai, Malcolm, Sol, if you can keep an eye on the elevator and wait for Kitiara. Will, I might actually need your help going through this. I want to. Basically, Henry wants to discuss the how to basically the managing chaos, which is what in his head sorcerers generally do. So if through
you
talking
look
to
at it
Will, he
like-
wants to get some theories from him essentially.
So you look at it like this.
Mhm.
It's like poker dice.
Mhm.
You got all these dice
Mhm.
in a cup,
Mhm.
and you shake it around,
Mhm.
and then you let it roll out.
Yes, but as you pointed out, the number of dice is fixed. The number of sides on the dice are fixed, and there's always a certain number of There is still order that can be gleaned through the key. Yes, that's right. He's flipping through the notes again.
It feels good to be amongst colleagues.
I concur.
Okay, I've done something impressive once again. I don't know how I did this.
Is it daft the bullshit me and Joey were coming out with? I don't know if I know.
No, how did I do this? This makes no
Oh my
sense.
god, wait, no, I'm seeing it.
Yeah, right?
What?
Somehow,
Wait, okay.
only Andy is still moving on the stream.
You've frozen everybody but Andy.
Oh my god, you're right.
Like,
I need to
How
be
did you
studied
do
by...
that?
Yeah!
Mark is the wild magic sorcerer amongst
I
us.
fixed it.
yeah.
There we have it.
That's even funnier.
Like, on the line with short, I'm just chaotic. Like, there's no... That's all you need.
You're chaotic. You don't
Yeah.
even have like a good neutral or evil.
Look,
I have
you know
no
that one shot I
intention
ran
to
for
do
folk?
anything, it just happens to me.
That one shot I ran for folk. Mark, I had pegged as the wild magic sorcerer.
Yeah.
For shit like this.
Anyway, sorry, I lost everything. Where were we talking about?
So yeah.
Those two are chatting.
I think
Me
Kitiara's
and Kai are
going.
on. Yeah, me and Kai are on the elevator and keeping an eye out. The bird's moving on.
Yep, sorry about it. Keep going roleplaying if you want to continue. Otherwise, we'll go into Kitiara.
I ran out of role to play.
Okay, so you see, you're right about the fact that the dice are fixed. But hear me out. You get the 2, and it becomes a 1. But
Isn't that
why
what you
does
do?
1 become 2? Unless 2 was meant to become 1.
Isn't that what you do?
Yes.
He just nods sagely.
And that's
Right.
pocket dice.
I rolled shit, but I just remembered owls have perception advantage.
Oh, you did? Okay. Yeah, you should probably use the advantage.
Is
'cause
it
you
on
got-
everything?
Oh, look at that! The bird sees
It
all.
just says on sight or hearing, so I assume it's looking around.
That's both forms of perceptions that we use, right? So
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
and smell.
That would make sense.
Oh, touch is investigation.
So,
Yeah.
23.
That can be perception.
If you investigate, you're going in for a closer look, that
Yeah, but
kind
like,
of thing.
you know, if you're blind and deaf and all you have is touch.
yeah.
Fair point.
Kitiara's perception as she goes flying down. It does get a bit foggier than before, but no issue with the, let's say the 23 is perfectly fine to navigate through the hallway. Once she's all the way down of the elevator shaft, there is no mist anymore. It's completely clear. And you see only one hallway ahead of you, and it's very well magically lit by magical lanterns. It seems very clean and doesn't look like any other architecture you have seen throughout this building so far. This seems like literally the throne room quality.
It's well maintained. Surprising.
Yeah, she will continue flying, I guess.
Yeah, she'll continue.
And she will go to the down the hallway. It leads only literally to one place, and at the end of it, you can already kind of barely see it, but it's very well bright and lit. Before she even gets to see properly what's over there, she does hear voices, or well, yeah, one voice mainly.
We hear something. Stay stealthy, my friend. I assume she's gonna try and make a stealth check.
Yeah,
But,
if you want to move in close without properly getting
yeah, she's
seen.
gonna try to. That's not just.
Not
It's
great.
above average.
It's also kind of hard to stealth around in like this one singular hallway that's pretty well lit. Even though she's a tiny bird, she will still probably get noticed. She can move a bit closer where she's secure, where she can kind of hear the conversation, but she cannot see what's going on.
But I think hearing is just like the best case scenario.
Great. In that case, she will hear some part of the conversation. Your first, if you can run, be like, and the quantum scepter. What's about that? Did we have to fix anything about that? It says here that was already checked and fine. We can do another rundown, but no. Let's continue on. Any other drastic measures that we have to check out here? Yes, there are. Two issues we're working on. Once again on Sector B, it seems to intercepting messages for no reason. We still haven't figured that one out, so we have to do some more tests on that. And just about now, we were experimenting on section C86. It basically dispels all the alarms that we had around elevator shaft A. Is that so? Huh? That really just about when we were. Huh? But that doesn't make any sense. And unless, wait, I actually have a theory for this. Hold on, give me 1 second, and as that happens, Kitiara, yeah.
Yep, she'll be shunted out of reality and unsummoned, and just re-summoned with us, and it's like, I think we should leave. Malcolm,
We
what
just got
elevator?
here.
No, I think the wizards are coming back. And Malcolm will just jam something in like the chains of the elevator.
We'll probably block it for a little while.
Yeah, and then just say, let's book it all.
Let's finish writing this down. Right, let's go.
As you run down back to the hallway, you know the way somewhat back to where you came from. But you also have like the other way around where you go deeper inside of the palace.
Right. I'm not sure if we should go deeper into the palace from our recently discovered secret entrance.
I mean, it's something we could look into, but like, what the hell is a quantum scepter?
Well, it's a scepter that's quantum, so there's that.
Could I do a check for what a quantum scepter is?
No, it sounds made up.
The visible fucking.
Yep.
Quantum scepter. I have no idea what that is in relation to anything.
People are dying around us, Will. I'm just gonna remind you of that.
A man is dead, Will. So that's the
Anyway.
energy there.
Anyway.
A man is dead. Will Malcolm killed him.
No, Malcolm is the dead man.
Also true.
Yeah.
2 birds, 1 stone.
Anyway.
He looks. Oh, birds. Oh.
We need to possibly leave here for the simple fact, I think the longer we stay, the more they think something's gonna be suspicious and we should fuck off and die and leave.
If they catch us here, they'll think there's a breach in security. You're absolutely right.
Yes.
We should leave.
Do we have some way of hiding our entrance?
Yeah, we
just
have
have to
one
leave.
more tool in our pocket, says one of the devils.
Alright, well, spill the beans.
We have somewhat of an illusion trick that we can put on the wall. No worries, it's still back at the hall, so we have to return there. We could obviously also teleport away from here, but knowing the rumors
Maybe-
about the Emperor, it's not clever to use magic within his vicinities.
Agreed.
Probably for the best. Let's teleport once we get back to the wall.
Let's go.
Well, you once again go to the sewer area where the mist is so thick where you can barely see anything. You do remember you guys came from the left side. Once again, it's kind of like circular, so you're kind of going into like a 90-degree corner, but it's in a circular form. And then you have to climb up a piece of a ramp that you guys slided down from previously. You do know
I can
the
help
way,
anybody
but
with that with like spider climb. And like Soul's flying, so it shouldn't be too much of an issue.
I cast catapult myself. Nah!
works, yeah.
Unfortunately, I'm too heavy. It would be really funny if I could do that, though.
That'd be a very painful way to travel.
I assume,
I would get there.
I assume with like all the teleporting we can do, the flying, we should be okay.
I think so, yeah. The devils are fine as well. Let's not bother. In a way, you guys managed to get to the same area as before. Luckily, you don't walk into the Eternal Mist, and you once again climb back up to where you came from, and you once again find the hole in the wall. It's now the sewer area where you came from is now also slightly misty, but you can see through it. It's not that thick yet. With that, the devils will once again go back to the original box that he took the explosives from and the silent spell, and he has this like this stone device. It looks like just a regular stone, but it will speak like this devilish awaken thing in it, like activation code, I guess. And as it triggers, like this illusion of like this similar type of sewer walls will emerge from it. Like, well, that should do any trick for now.
And I assume this will last ages.
For long enough.
Well, hopefully we don't need it too much. Yeah, I don't know whether we should stomach another investigation though without like proper tools. I'm very curious as to what they're all planning.
I mean, if we were to completely leave, we might come back empty-handed.
I mean, to be honest, from what the bird suggested, it seems like they at least didn't know we were down there, which is good. Or if they were putting it together, hopefully there's no evidence.
No, we've not left empty-handed. We have an idea of things we're planning, even if we lack context, and we have a way in.
Plus we have the information about whatever you guys called it, the Eternal Mist.
That is also true.
We will
it's
try
some-
to do some experiments, seeing if we can figure more out about that creature. It's good
I
info.
would recommend not just shooting bullets into it. I've read a book about a place where there's a bunch of wind that goes around like a mist, and people just try to shoot it to try to get rid of it. I wouldn't recommend that. It didn't end well for those people.
I'm gonna cast Shatter on Will, just to spite you, Joy.
Can you
Hold
also
still.
can you also do the spell where you go back like 6 seconds, or?
No.
Gift
No.
of gab.
Gift the gap. Use it right now. I'm gonna blow you away.
Nope. Worse.
Wow.
Anyway.
I guess with that, Malcolm is gonna, I guess, suggest that we get back to the library. We can find the information maybe, and then add context.
Okay, so which one? Just so then I know to teleport us to that one.
The magic one. I think
The-
we've only got one
The
chance.
moving library, yeah.
Yeah.
Let me check the old noggin 1 second. Yeah, it is only one.
Oh my
Right.
god.
So we won't be able to get back.
Yeah.
Maybe a plan for tomorrow. Tristan, do you have any other thoughts?
Wait, how do you have only one?
It shows one here. So
we
unless
use
you
the
guys,
We had 3 and we came from the
Yeah, you.
crow's nest.
Oh,
You
we
came-
sent
yeah.
sent Henry's clone
Ah, yeah, yep, good one.
and then teleported.
It's Sim Henry.
Yeah.
Forgot
so
it.
we do have only one. Just to be
You
clear.
only have one, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
we sent the simulacrum to
Kenji.
Kenji, and then we then teleported into town. Yeah. Yeah,
I wish I
that is
So yeah, you only have one, yeah.
yeah.
Womp womp.
It wasn't the great using of the spell, however, it handled
could-
the situation fine.
You could have taken a train, you know? It's
We were in the castle. We had
The crow's
like-
nest, yeah.
and yeah. We
Oh no, I
had the
mean,
crow's nest.
Henry's clone could have taken the train.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You could have teleported him together with you to the.
I think the
dancing
idea was
goblins.
if Henry was spotted in one place, then spotted somewhere else, it would take. Hang on, what? The teleportation was to get him somewhere, so he could then
Yeah,
sort
okay.
of stay undercover and unseen.
That's
Well,
fair.
anyway, it doesn't change the fact of the matter. We only have one. So unless we're really feeling like sleeping where we're gonna teleport to, we might just have to hoof it somewhere and call it a day.
That could be for the best. I mean, did these four have any other plans, Tristan?
We will just report back to Lurks and see what other mission he has planned for us. Perhaps he will investigate this wall a bit more, but we will have to see.
Perhaps even share his plans with us. And Henry sort of smiles, kind of.
Oh, Lurks is not the one making the plans.
Really?
Oh, this was Mephistopheles' plan, but with the twist of Lurks.
I think my point still stands.
Anyway, I believe we are done here. Thank you, Tristan. Thank you, Devils, and we're gonna go now.
Same for us, so. He will look at Sawyer. Well, take care, kiddo, and see you all around. He will just walk over the
Yes.
devils.
Yes, thank you, sir.
Alrighty, so Current occultation. I would rather avoid staying here, but
I can take us to the trees, to the forest.
that would be
Yeah.
great. Yeah. We'll go sleep with nature.
Then we can get some drugs. Maybe the librarian will
Yeah,
give
you
us
know,
another trip. If we give him a trip.
I
Oh,
wouldn't
You
mind
know,
one.
I think
you know, Kai. I've been meaning to say this. I think your people have a drug problem.
No, we only use it when it's necessary for connecting
Nice.
with nature.
I'm just saying,
that is
Kai.
wild
Like-
coming from Will.
All I'm saying is that when I was studying abjuration at university, I was it was the druids are very popular. I'm just putting that out there.
That is true. I'm just
Yes.
saying, you guys are just putting substances in there, which is fine. It's fine.
They're all naturally, sourced and
Are they, Kai? Are they?
yeah, definitely natural.
All
Oh,
right.
I mean,
I'm
so
just saying,
so is poison ivy, but you don't go sucking on that, do you?
I mean, you can if you just very careful and
Somewhere
Questioning our
there's
archdruid's credentials.
somewhere out there, there's just a tribe of druids who just make cocaine. That's it's just out there somewhere.
fucking god.
yes.
Anyway,
Can we have snorted cocaine when he was at
So-
university? Probably.
so fucking. I'm assuming we teleport to the trees at this point.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll go to.
We'll walk to a tree and then
To
we'll
the forest,
they'll go
yeah.
through the tree to save your teleportation charges.
Yeah.
Wait, that's
I'm sorry, but transport via plants is such a cool spell on teleport. Can we just
I
agree on that?
mean, I have a hat that is my argument.
I know, but you just kind of turn a plant into a doorway. It's cool.
You need to find a plant though.
Yeah,
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Whereas I only
Sometimes.
need the hat and I can go anywhere.
Yeah.
Anytime.
okay.
The hat is more
Yeah.
convenient.
Someone roll me a 1d3.
Can I do
What?
it?
Yep.
Alright.
I'm so concerned.
We're
Well,
gonna
that's a
see
3.
which
That's a
druid is
3?
gonna meet us.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a 3.
Don't be fucking
that means
Sven.
Sven. It's Sven once again
Oh no!
Is it Sven or is it the bear?
in human
snake.
form because I cannot find the bear yet, but he's
Oh,
coming.
thank fuck.
It's a good design, honestly. His human form. It's,
found-
Yeah,
It's-
he looks so wholesome and happy.
I found
it's
him
the bake.
instead.
Not the
It's
right
the bake I don't
snake.
like,
Yeah.
or it's the bake snare I don't like. The snare bake. Hello,
I-
Ka.
I cannot find it. It's I found it. Which
Oh.
one?
No,
prefer-
I don't
I-
want to see it. I don't want it.
I prefer this one.
Yeah.
I mean, we have to be
Yeah.
inclusive. He
No, we
really
don't.
likes this form.
No, we don't. No, we don't.
This
We don't
one
have
is
to be.
simply better.
Ah!
I think it's the furry scales and the smiling face. I think that's really
Ugh.
what's unsettling
No.
about it.
Okay, so
Like we
you're a
also have
snake
this
and
one, but I don't like this one. This is
I kind of like the first one better.
I don't
actually,
like either of them.
Yeah.
the second
Yeah,
one
I
looks
think the first one
flirty
is
or
better.
something, and this still is weird.
I'll bet. So, do you like hibernate? Are you like warm-blooded? I'm actually.
I mean, he can only do this for like 8 hours, and then he has to go back. So
I'm just saying that's exactly my point, though. Is he like a cold blood? So does he do well in the cold? Because if he's cold-blooded, then
Room
Oh no,
temperature
this form
bodies.
is more bear than snake. That's
ah,
Yeah, it's fuzzy all over.
yeah.
okay. How are our guests?
Hi.
Hi. Have they awakened? Any change? Still asleep?
Actually, yeah, the random person you brought in from,
yeah, the random person we kicked up.
yeah,
is
for,
just
for some reason you saved. Yep. He is somewhat in an awake state, like he's sleeping a lot. He will just show you he's currently sleeping, but yeah, he has waken up a few hours here and there. Barely knows what's going on, sadly. So
Oh, did he say like a name? What's his name? Where does he live?
he doesn't know. His entire mind is scrambled. That's the sense I get from it.
it sounds like Dr. Jones, you might be able to help this man with his mind.
I could take a look, certainly. If I really wanted to get something in depth done, I have to use the stone, and I'll do something more gentle first, if needs must.
Yeah, let's feel it out. Let's just get inside his head, and then we'll just touch all over, and then we'll see what he has to say.
Bring me to him. I'll let's see what I can do.
Your idea of magic is so flawed, Will.
Yeah, and then we'll do a presentation. I could do that.
Meanwhile, I will grab some drugs for tomorrow.
Yep.
You have a problem.
You grab some
guy.
drugs. You do it like this, like you're taking drugs.
Kai, I'll have one of those, please. One drugs, please.
Oh. You want the good stuff or you want the good stuff?
Good stuff.
Oh, okay.
I'll be like, you degenerates, and I'll just take a sip out of a wine bottle.
My God. Fresh from the forest.
Oh my God! Most of the living people are like on some kind of drugs. Only the dead one is sober.
He's the straight edge.
It's only because he tried and he didn't make any effects. He cannot get high, so.
Henry learned to appreciate a joint when he was at uni. That's how I'm Flea. That's how, as far as I'm concerned, that's canon. Right, okay. Let's have a look, shall we? I'll give myself Fortune's favor just in case. So shit
And
happens.
I will be like, all right,
Got
Dr.
it.
Jones, you're loaded up and you're sugared up. Go get him, and I'll give him a D6 bardic inspiration.
Thank you.
What you gonna do with him? What you gonna do?
Right, I am the fella who's kind of been in and out of consciousness, and his mind's been scrambled. So I'm going to start with detect thoughts, just to see if I can figure anything out. I don't want to start resorting to the obelisk stone to start being not gentle, because I imagine that using that is just not a gentle experience, or it's very hard to keep gentle. And then I might go further up to something like modify memories.
Got it. With detect thoughts, he automatically fails it, like without a struggle, like there's no resistance coming from him. And as you somewhat enter the mind, it feels like a jigsaw puzzle, but every puzzle piece got put into a blender with a lot of hot glue.
Oof.
So yeah, like you don't even like you have to put the pieces together, but even the pieces themselves are broken up. Like you just know, yeah, whatever is left of him, it's scrambled across his mind. You notice that it's kind of healing or repairing itself, but yeah, with a mess like this, it will take long.
You consider this, gents. When you have a bowl of salad, you can take you put it all together, you mix it up, you then take you could then take out certain ingredients, right? Yes. Well, now consider a cup of coffee. When you mix the ingredients together, you cannot separate them.
I mean, coffee sounds terrible with the salad, but go on.
I'm just making a comparison. This man's brain is more of a cup of coffee than a bowl of salad.
I see.
Not quite the same. It is slowly repairing, but.
So what you're telling me is you need to warm up the coffee.
I don't think that would help this man's head.
You need a new cup.
I'm using an analogy, you chimpanzee.
You need a new mind.
Yes, he needs a new mind. That's not wrong. Kai,
You're on fire
I-
today, Joey.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
someone take the sorcerer away. But, Kai, I could theoretically use the obelisk stone to hasten this man's mind stitching itself back together, but
Wouldn't it possibly kill him? Like if you're stitching super fast and then you cut yourself because you accidentally pricked your finger while you were stitching the thing?
it could
he
also
is just a
result.
normal guy. What if, like, he's not thinking at, like, at a quantum level,
It's possible. It could also be I get that long overdue drawback to using this thing. Is there a possibility he has information we would use or need?
I mean,
I
we don't
mean-
know what he was taking, so it's a bit of
I
a
assume
gamble.
just giving the man his life back could be better than anything.
Well, it looks like he will recover on his own with time and care. If there's nothing
Well-
we can gain from hastening that process,
And he was in the same place as Joey's uncle, so he's probably
Yeah, I
used
mean, he was kidnapped for a
person
reason.
to like have leverage on someone else, probably. So he might not know anything.
He's not
Yeah, but I
cursed
mean, he
or
was
anything,
kidnapped
is he?
for a reason.
Hmm.
I don't think he's cursed.
I'm
Do you
just
want me to
wondering if a greater restoration would help him here, because I could do that.
Wait, save your resources. I have something cheaper to try, if just in case he is cursed, and I'll try remove curse on him.
Nope.
He is not cursed.
Alright. Hmm.
I think he just needs time, honestly. But you want to try the greater restoration?
I mean, I do have the slot for it.
Let me try
Yeah, you know-
something. I'm going to go back into his head to see the state of his mindscape, and let's see if your spell has any visible effect on it. And can I go in for a closer look?
Wait, so you're doing that before or after I cast the spell?
I am already in his head.
Okay.
I can't actually see you. I can hear you. I can't see you.
Dabba dabba doo, and I'm gonna cast Greater Restoration.
You just say yabba
Yabba
dabba
dabba
do. Yes.
Dabba dabba doo.
Wow.
Let's do it.
I don't know if it actually does anything.
We're experimenting.
Let's say it doesn't really take any major effect, but you do notice Andy in his head, like it seems to be helping sorting out things a little bit. Like it probably helped him maybe a little bit, but it's not like it's not working as you were hoping.
Okay. I come out of his head and I go, well, good news is that actually works. This could be a repeated treatment to speed his recovery safely.
I mean, I could do it like a couple more times.
I don't know if doing 2 more times right now will see any appreciable difference short term. This is more a longer, like rehabilitation for a broken leg.
Probably we should just leave him be then, if we can't.
Yeah, that probably sounds like the best course of
keep him
action.
talking.
Yes, I'm aware that your spell, Greater Restoration, is not a cheap one.
And then he'll just cough up an actual hairball that's gold.
Oh. How did you cough up hair?
Yeah.
Kai, did you turn him into a cat?
Look at Kai.
Well,
Yeah.
Kai's been casting polymorph on Will when he's been sleeping, and then he changes him back before he wakes up.
I have this new spell where I can like cast it. I can cast it on everyone,
Oh,
so
yeah,
I can do it
that's-
to all of you now.
Oh no.
Like when everyone is asleep, Kai gathers everyone around
Animal shapes.
and just sleeps together with like as a good chick in the cat group. Oh, that's so good.
I think you have to be with it though, but maybe, right?
Anyway, so we're gonna leave this gentleman alone for now. I guess, I mean, we could try just hiding out here until we get more charges on the hat, but then what do we do after that, is my question.
The library.
Yeah,
We library with all these
Yeah.
items that we found out.
We could find out any of the written records concerning the anti-magic research they've been doing, the fields they want to create, as well as the this other wizard's research into
Scepter.
obelisk stone applications.
That sounds good.
yes, quite.
Actually, Mark, if you could, you can kill second Kai now. Thank you.
No,
What?
thanks.
No!
No.
I'm afraid okay. Can I put? Where can I?
Otherwise, you can do it after the break. Or...
No.
Oh, okay, I can be Will. Oh no! Don't kill me.
Like the odds of me breaking the stream again are so low at this point.
Okay. No.
But not 0.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think.
it's like being killed by a cow.
Yeah. Either way, I think the library could be good.
Yeah, it's just we only have the
which-
one charge, so that's why we haven't teleported yet.
Well, you mean the library, like the ancient library, or just the normal one?
The ancient
Hey.
one.
One,
The
yeah.
ancient library. I think we can gather all the notes that we weren't able to get, because if they've been written down, they should be at that library. So
Mm-hmm.
I've got the plans marked to the brain. So as long as we can find them,
Right.
we'll be
Well,
able to gain more context.
I haven't done this in a while, so I guess if we have nothing else to do, Will's gonna take his empty bottles and he's just gonna put them somewhere. He's gonna take out lupine and pistol mode. All right, time to practice the old 1-2.
Henry goes very far away.
And Will's just gonna practice taking some shots off.
Yeah.
I scream into the forest. Watch out!
It's fine. Broken glass hasn't hurt anybody, you know.
What are you talking about? I don't miss. Ah!
Broken glass doesn't
Listen,
have cut a squirrel, another animal, like shot in the chest. Like, oh yeah.
Turn the safety on when you're not firing at those glass bottles.
You see, you guys don't understand. You got to make a point, and you got to use your head. You got to
Safety!
think sometimes.
Put the
Yes.
safety on.
Yeah,
Why
maybe
would I
use
have it on? I'm trying to shoot something. I'm not trying to be passive here, Dr. Jones.
shoot some of these apples. It's better. They're not gonna break into shards.
Oh, I'm glad I have my arcane ward up.
But I mean, apples are harder to
don't know.
hit.
I mean, that's the whole point. You are such a skillful shooter by now. It should not be a problem for you.
That is
You know-
a fair point.
I have an idea. Will,
Hmm?
all it talks about chance and your ability to manipulate it. I want to try something.
Yes.
And of course, I go, shoot at me right now. I have arcane ward is prepared.
Okay. Oh, hold on.
Practice
We're gonna go that
shooting
route.
at an actual
Alright.
human target.
All right, hold on. And then Will is gonna take out his blindfold, and he's gonna blindfold himself.
Oh, I
He's
don't
like,
like where this is
all
going.
right.
Wow.
All right, Dad. All right, you're in this direction, Dr. Jones.
I pull out the dagger and I pretend I am an enemy coming to get you. I want to see if this actually helps you.
And
I'm coming to kill you, sorcerer man.
immediately just takes a shot towards what he perceives as Henry's direction.
Do you hit me? I want to know that.
That's
I
actually what I'm
prestidigitate,
wondering.
like, so it sounds like, like the arrows in the movies, like, going through there.
So, is it just? I guess I could roll an attack roll.
Yeah,
That's what I was
yeah.
hoping to see.
And
And,
then-
you blinded yourself. This is a disadvantage, right?
Could I
It-
help
it
Will
would've-
by
no.
doing the sound
No, no,
thing?
no.
I don't know.
No. It would have been disadvantage if
Oh.
I didn't, as a reaction, use my restore balance ability. So
That's thematic
Why?
considering the conversations earlier.
because he wants me to test me being able to, fuck with fate. And so I removed the disadvantage, and I'm just going to do a normal attack roll on Dr. Jones. I might still miss. Keep that in mind.
That would be funny.
Normal.
Blam, and there's a
That
bird
is-
that goes.
Well, that's going to be a miss.
Yeah, that misses. It just sails. It just
Just give me like 6 seconds to reorient myself, and then I'll try
take the
again.
blindfold off.
Alright, fine. Oh wow, that was way off. You were way over there.
Mm-hmm.
You got that scroll though.
Yeah, I mean, he must be thinking all nuts. Anyway, all right, Dr. Jones, and then I'm gonna take another regular attack roll, Dr. Jones. Just Oh, okay, that's actually kind of better. Dirty 20.
That does hit center mass. And,
15 damage, yeah.
Yeah, and my arcane ward just lights up. Like, excellent, still works, and you can indeed shoot a human target.
Yes, I can. All right. We have established that, and I have hit a squirrel, which means even more accuracy.
With your first shots, don't tell Kai.
Wait. Does this mean if I blindfold myself, am I a better shot?
No,
Because
you
I've
missed
hit a
when you're
smaller
blindfolded.
target. But
But
I've
were
hit
you
a smaller
trying-
target.
Were you trying to hit the smaller target?
I was trying to hit something.
You were trying to hit me.
Oh, that is a fair point.
Order versus chaos. Anyway, I'm going to go over some of these notes I managed to take a scroll over before we finish up today.
So, Will's just gonna pick some apples off and follow Soul's suggestion of just shooting them from random direction intervals. Because with Lupine, he doesn't have to worry about ammunition of keeping track. Which is why he's just... And so, it's like they say, it's like poker dice. You see, the bullets are gonna come out all random, okay? They're gonna have a certain chaos to them when they come out. Everyone thinks they fly straight in it. No, they don't. You know, there's wind, there's your arms, there's the whole thing that I saw someone do in like a play where they went like this, and you know the bullet kind of moved in a random direction, and it like spun. It was weird. It was a good little play at the time. My point is, life is like poker dice.
Will?
Yes, Malcolm.
I trust you are capable of curving bullets. However...
With restore balance, probably.
Yes, however, this has been 4 hours of your TED Talk of gunplay.
Yes.
I do not wish to listen to it anymore. And I will, for once in the first 8 months of my death, will attempt to go to sleep.
Oh, I mean, perhaps I can play some music to cheer us up, and I just take my viola out.
I continue to smoke. I continue to puff on that massive joint that the druids provided. Oh.
Teleporting away, you will not see him till tomorrow.
Yeah, all of you can click on the very, very long rest button.
That sweet long rest button.
It takes like 20 hours this long rest. That's how it feels.
Alright. Anyway, and then as soon as everybody wakes up, I'm gonna roll my D3 now for the hat.
Ooh.
Yeah, about that.
So you have
Okay.
to.
We have 2.
We do have 2 charges on the hat, though.
It's a good thing we didn't teleport here with that then.
I'll be like, right. So everybody, because of the fact we are going to set off on adventure and danger and lots of style, I'm gonna need you guys all to line up while I do my age thing. Unless you don't want what we call health.
I think we're okay just now. We're going to the library, so.
I mean okay.
It's free.
Dr. Jones. You keep
right
saying
in front of you.
power.
Like,
what happens when someone just walks up to you with a dictionary and just smacks you?
what if somebody shoots you while they were
Nobody's
trying to
ever
hit
died
something
from a
else?
paper cut.
Thank you.
I have the shield spell prepared.
Nobody's ever died from a paper cut.
I mean, you probably have.
Here we go.
We gonna joke about my brutal
Can I-
murders today? Is that what we're doing?
Because diseases,
Before we go, can I delete simulacrum from my book, or will that get rid of Sim Henry? I don't know how this works.
You don't have to delete it from your book, but you don't have to keep it prepared.
You don't have to prepare it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, I want to just unprepare it.
The only thing that destroys the simulacrum is killing it, or
Okay,
casting the spell again.
This is
Just
maybe
wanted
a good question, because you were only planning on casting one simulacrum, right?
That is correct.
And you don't want to figure out that simulacrum exists. So it would make sense if you would rip out that page of your book and burn it or something.
No, I'll keep it
Don't
in
do
the
it.
book, just
The
not
DM is
prepared.
teaching you.
I get it. But in that case, like, would the simulacrum then still exist if you would burn the page? Probably, right?
It is it's a fair point.
The only way to kill the simulacrum is to kill it outright, or to cast the spell again.
Everybody, I'm just gonna make our lives easier. I'm just gonna cast Aid at 5th level twice. Then we all get 20 HP for our max.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah, including Clive.
Yep, Clive is with us.
Yep. So all of us should have 20. You can add 20 to your max
20.
HP.
Amazing.
Yeah, and then there's a reason why I'm only
Thank you,
going
sir.
5th level, because those are the only ones I can get back.
Yeah,
I can't get back any higher. And then I'm gonna do some math, but then Will is just gonna take some deep breaths. All right, in and okay, in and as he gets both the spell slots back. Okay.
More
I am sorry.
hairballs?
No, that's just straight vomit. That is just gold vomit right there.
I would have been training for a little bit and then stop for wheels thing. But then I like to do ascending actually at some point before.
Oh yeah, sure. But I'm gonna do the math on the sorcery.
When you guys are done.
Go for it. Floor's yours.
Yeah. I'll just go kind of like a private place. If sorry, Luke. Say I didn't hear what you were saying. I'm not sure.
I said the floor's yours.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I wasn't sure. I was wanted to make sure. I thought you did say that. I'll just go somewhere that is I'm on my own, and I will send a message to my sister Luna and say, "Hey, my beloved. I hope you are doing okay. I just wanted to hear your voice once more today. Everything okay? Are you well? I love you. Always."
You get somewhat of the feeling that the spell didn't work correctly. Like if you send a text, you see those things like, hey, you sent it correctly instead of like the X of loading still. That's kind of how you receive it as you cast the magic. Like you have. Yeah, don't really have to. Like you already get like the vibe of Vecna's magic is behind
He's
this.
blocked me, yeah? He's fucking blocked me. Wow.
Yeah, Vecna's ghosting you.
Yeah, Vecna took my sister's phone and just blocked me without even her knowing, pretty much. Yeah, nice.
Stop texting my girlfriend, ex, new boyfriend.
No, don't do that.
It's one of those moments that's happening, sadly, yeah.
Yeah, I'll kind of like, I'll say aloud, kind of like to holding my two swords. This is not the deal. I thought we were doing something together. I didn't realize you were gonna extortion me and force me into your will. I don't think this is very nice, and I'm very disappointed. Not that you will care of what a mortal may think. And I'll walk back, all pissed off, like kicking stones on my way back. I'm punching trees with my.
You didn't tell anyone you made this deal with Vecna, did you?
I will have said that I did, yeah, because I think Sir Sol is pretty forward with things nowadays. So yeah. But more than a deal, it was kind of like I understood that Vecna was gonna bring my both family members back, and then he asked me to choose one after. So the deal it was kind of like dwindling as the deal was happening. So I feel a bit tricked again. But I guess that's what happens when you. What do you expect?
Sucks, eh? Like this sucks, right? Yeah. This is how we feel.
I know, it's like having trying to make friends with a snake. Eventually, one day it's gonna just swallow you while you're sleeping. Yeah. Cool.
Well, I could always use divination. You still remember that Henry could use divination. You can give him a direct line to Vecna.
Ooh.
He's not offered to do it, but Saul remembers he's done it because Henry's done it a couple of times.
I'll just kind of like in the back of my mind, Saul knows that nothing his word can make a difference. These entities don't care what we think. It's already been proven on the time that we've been together and different things. So it's a waste of time. He just likes to release his steam by trying to taunt the god, knowing that he doesn't give a shit and he probably doesn't even hear me. But out of game, thank you as well. Oh, you're still shooting. Damn it, how long are you gonna be shooting? Your aim is rather perfect already.
I think we're getting ready to leave now, Saul. The shooting will be ending shortly. Will!
Right, okay, hold on, I was...
Put the safety back on.
Okay. Alright. Shazumi, as we use the Helm of Teleportation.
Ooh, okay.
And we go to the Magic Library.
That, once again, we would be. You return to the library. Let's see if I can find the image of that one.
The library.
I had to do a lot of maths to get some of my sorcery points back.
Library. Nope, not in this one. One day I will sort this.
But not
One
today.
day.
It happens to all of us, bro.
One day, Mark.
One day. Yep. You know what? I will just do this. Yeah. Let's go to the main one, and I will just zoom in on the big sand. Yep. Right next to the homophobic cat. Yeah.
Every time I see that image, it's like a flashbang. It's like, oh god, that thing again.
It exists. Yep.
Cat
Ugh.
homophobia.
That we probably somewhere in the desert you guys emerge. Once again, straight up in the entrance. Old Beard or whatever his name was, Ronald. I forgot his name.
Guardian,
Hi,
caretaker.
Beardy.
Yeah, the librarian. Easy.
Librarian.
Hi, librarian. I'm joking.
Sure, that's called with that. Yeah.
Hi, Beardy Librarian.
Oh. Hi again.
We need to search for some specific notes that came in recently from or maybe some plans that specifically came from the palace in the center of the transit. Would you happen to know where those would be, location-wise?
Potentially, but you know the deal. In order to grant entry, give me something new.
No, I mean, I have the
Oh.
new bottle of Chardonnay.
I have
Have you tried
drugs
Devil Weed?
for a new experience every time.
Kind of
Not
courtesy will
me.
go to Kai. Take her zip back as well. I've heard of this, read a lot about it, never experienced it myself. How do you use it?
Well, I mean, you can either make it into a tea. You can snort it. It's really, really powerful. But then, or you can smoke it. That's also pretty good. I
Are we
think
dealing drugs now?
the tea, if you want like a mild trip, is that you slowly absorb it. If you smoke it, it's a bit more potent. If you snort it, you just probably wake up in a week.
I will then smoke it instead then, like, how bad can it be? And we got to like 10 minutes later
pretty
where we see him like, his eyes are completely wide open, just completely stuck in his
corner.
chair. Yeah, not moving a single muscle, just staring out, like deeply in
Ah.
trance.
That's definitely a new smoker mistake. You too much too quickly. Gotta pace yourself.
Too much sativa instantly, never do that.
It's safe. I'll put my water skin next to him. Just keep drinking. Just keep...
Well, this is one way of entry that I didn't expect for this library, but
Yeah.
congrats, you're allowed back in.
Yeah, the minute Kai hands over the drugs, Malcolm runs off to go find what he's looking for.
So do I.
Malcolm, you shouldn't run in the library. God damn it.
Oh,
Some people
That's
kid.
Scissors.
You know,
That's
it's
Scissors'
so-
will.
So rude. They just run in the library.
Anyway,
Kitiara, help me a little bit. I'll summon Kitiara, Spider Kitiara, now after last time. And she's like a green spider, like a beetle. You know, one of those green metallic shiny beetles, but a spider version of it. And she will just stand on my shoulder to help me to search for information, I guess.
Well, you do know, like, this library is almost infinitely long. You do know these servant creatures that are around, like...
Oh, yeah. it's
Normally, like, the old beard dude would help you out, but, yeah, he's at the moment paralyzed.
so I'll ask those creatures to see if they have like information from the palace and specifically to look for those notes.
Yeah, with, like, the main keywords that you are giving him that you found on
Yeah, and
the
anything
notes.
about the scepter that we heard mentioned,
Yeah.
like the quantum scepter.
Yeah, I'm casting
different.
Fortune's favor on myself before I start investigating properly.
I mean, I'm just here to cheer you guys on. Dr. Jones, don't forget to use your brain. And you get a D6 bardic inspiration.
I'll try to keep that in mind.
I do good. I help the party.
You do.
Somehow, yeah.
You keep us all alive, Will, every day. That's more than enough. More than any of us do. Well, also Kai keep us alive while we are engaged. But you give us like a little bit of extra juice every day, so that's really nice.
You know,
It's like
so,
a motivational speech for the manager, for your employees, kind of thing, right? Like, you know.
That's a solid 7 out of 10 inspirational speech.
Oh.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you. You are inspiring yourself.
Now then, if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go see how many books about distilling mixed drinks I can stuff down my noggin.
We'll put a pin in that, but first let's go to the main objective, maybe. Without having to do the first bunch of investigation checks with like communicating with the beast, like, oh, you find these similar types of notes, you do find exact replicas, of course, with a bunch of other unrelated notes, but you can quickly scour those away. You probably will be asking the creatures like, hey, can you find more related notes towards this? And you probably like get like notebooks worth full of notes from that are all similarly well made and probably all fit together for this palace project, including all the extraordinary notes from like probably the highest level wizards that that you saw before as well. Now you have all of that together. Make me a few investigation checks. Then.
Ooh, I'll roll my first one with advantage with the Fortune's favor.
Could be a real dick right now, but I don't want
Could Kitiara give me the help action?
You're gonna try and restore balance on me, you bastard.
I could.
Just is it.
He's not being.
Well,
he's not.
I'm not gonna do that.
it would be very funny considering I used son of a bitch.
Oh shit.
Yeah. It's okay, Mark.
Like, I don't see how a spider can help read stuff. That's the issue that I'm facing.
Yeah, no, fair enough. Okay.
30 fucking 5 bitches. Not 20.
Oh yeah, fuck, where's my notebook, Tinny?
Is that the first nat 20 of the night?
No, I don't think was it?
No, Kitiara got one.
No,
Kitiara got one.
Yeah, I thought Kitiara got one.
We had
Oh, wow.
2 more to the list.
Oh, she's screeching in joy.
I summoned her.
Knowing
She
that
really
there's
wanted to help. Yeah, you never had a spider making that sound before. But...
Well,
She
we
is-
Oh, that's right. She's a spider now, not a hummingbird.
then she has climbed down. Then the whole trip down below the palace would have taken like a minute longer, but same result.
Yeah.
With these rolls, you figure out a shit ton. Where do you guys prefer to start with? What kind of information that you've granted, or do you just want me to ramble about and then?
Why don't you just ramble?
Sure. The anti-magic field sept thingies. The construct of it, like from all the notes you have gathered around, it's already finished. Like they are not constructing it anymore. Like it's already like a finished product. They are now just testing whatever needs to be tested for it to work properly. Because apparently it caused a lot of issues. Like a lot of weird shenanigans started to happen when it kind of got constructed and got tested on. Like for example, it deactivated magical abilities around the whole place. Weird anomalies like that. What the construct does is, it keeps magic from coming in or coming out, basically. So, like
Vindication.
it's literally an anti-magic dome, basically. It's just one gigantic nothing comes in here or comes out, except for the top part of it. There's only one kind of like an entrance way. You're not entirely sure what it's about, but it seems to be like that there's only one entrance, somewhat. And by the looks of it, it looks like only the Emperor has access to it, like the way how it's constructed and written down. Like only the Majesty or something like that has the access key you get to gather from the information you find.
So
Is that-
just to
Yeah.
No, go on.
just to clarify, so this anti-magic dome simply stops magic going in and out. It doesn't cancel everything within it.
That's correct. Like, if you cast
Okay,
magic
so-
within the dome, like for example, you wanted to teleport inside the dome, that's impossible. If you want to teleport outside of the dome while you're in it, it's also impossible. Like, it's basically a separate universe, you should
But you
see
can
it like.
teleport within the dome,
But
whatever you want, and outside the dome, whatever you want.
Well, I'll be
Yeah.
damned.
So
Not
we
within
can
the
still
dome,
fight
I
in the
think.
dome.
Yeah, we just can't do cantrips or any sort of magic in the dome.
Yeah.
no, you can't do it in the dome, but for example, you cast
Not
time.
through the dome.
Like, you cast
Yeah.
time stop outside of the dome. Then everything outside of the dome, it's time stopped. But inside of the dome, it isn't, because magic doesn't
Yeah.
go through it.
It's
But
kind of like a wall of
otherwise
force kind
as
of
well.
concept, right?
Yeah, like, if you
Like,
cast it
nothing
inside the
comes
dome,
through,
the
yeah.
outside is still magical, non-magical, you know? So it's...
This does show that Will was actually correct in its applications.
Somewhat, yeah. Crazy enough, yeah.
Also,
Yeah.
just a quick, the key, is it like a physical key or is it like a magical key? Kind of like a illusory, more like a passcode or some kind of magical.
You cannot
way
figure
from the
that out.
Emperor?
Like, it's not really
Yeah, okay.
a
not that
concept
clear,
written inside any of the plans.
Yeah.
It's just...
All we know is that the entrance is only the Emperor can use, as we know definitively.
Like-
How he uses it, we don't know.
Like, whatever
Yeah,
this dome is, it's under the use of the Emperor. Like, he has the main ingredients to make it work. So that's basically how it's described as. Like, if you already have the secret sauce of the Big Mac, then you don't include it to the ingredient list because you just
Yeah, of
post
course.
the secret sauce, you know, instead of the ingredients of the secret sauce.
Yeah, makes sense. I'm just kind of thinking, you know,
That's,
how is that gonna? Sorry,
You-
keep going with your
yeah,
thingy.
a bit more rambling about the dome. You do find like the drawings of the old palace and such. The way how you walked around like the sewer area. Wait, let me go to another add page. Drop you guys in it. I'm gonna draw it out a little bit.
Drawings of
I
old
love
parts.
Give me a moment
of old
because
part of the palace.
this amount of white gives me headaches. So,
Oh,
let's
nice.
yeah. This is way better for
Mark
eyes.
prefers to stare into the void.
Maybe.
I like to not kill my eyeballs. Problem is now I cannot see them. Let's do
It's like
this
a white
side.
ink, you know.
Can I draw like this? Where's the draw thingy? That's the one.
It should be the third one from the left, right?
Yeah.
If I remember correctly.
Yeah, I got it. White. Okay. Let's see. Where's the fuck is the screen? I've lost everything.
It's all black for you too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let me
it's all black for me on the actual Roll20.
so let me
Oh,
put
wait.
it on grey.
Oh,
Yeah.
No, it's
Let's
yeah,
just
that's
draw it
good.
on this. Okay.
Yeah,
On the... Why can I not draw? The fuck? Oh wait, that's that's
Yes.
transparent. That's the wrong color. Wait,
Tell you
no.
what, Mark, since it's 10 to 9, do you want to go on a break just now while you're getting this bit ready?
Sure. Let me draw some stuff. Well, while we go on a break. Sure, that's a good plan. So yeah, with that, I will draw a little bit on paint. Well, we will take a little break, so stay tuned. Hopefully this does not break the stream. Stay tuned to figure out what I have been drawing all this time, I guess. Oh, of course, this is broken as well. God damn it.
No.
Be right back, so I
Oh,
also...
no.
First I have to
Be
fix...
right back, everybody.
And
Yay.
just to be sure, everyone move a little bit, not make sure we're not frozen again. Yay, I did it. So somehow the stream didn't crash.
Oh, nice, thank you. Yeah.
As you can see, I'm done drawing, or yeah, I got done
That's
drawing.
pretty impressive.
Yeah, right. To clarify, we will go first to the top part of it, you know, where the circular thing with the arrow, and you can see your lovely palace. In this case, it just represents the old palace that was built here before. You do see this circular thing around. That was basically a moat, like, you know, a moat around the palace. From that, you figure out that that is probably what you entered when you went, you know, down the slide thingy. You know, got somewhat wet feet. You know, it felt like a sewer area, but it was the old moat of the old palace that you probably fell into. Now here's the red arrow that you can see. That's where you entered, and then you know, you guys went downwards towards here, where you saw the two elevator shafts, kind of like located next to it. There used to be standing two old towers over there, but besides that, nothing too specular that you could figure out. What is useful about this information, though, is on the bottom picture, the circular thingy over here that you see. That's basically the moat of the old palace, and all the rest of it that's run around it, that's the new palace. So you have somewhat of a grasp of how you know, this is located. It's basically all the way at the back of the palace. Everyone with this, make a history check.
Ooh.
Okay.
Because I believe everyone has been there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so during the break, my entire browser crashed.
Oh no.
Just getting
Oh
the
no.
back up. There we go.
That's bad.
Yeah, no, so I thought it was just Roll20, but it turns out it was also D&D Beyond.
Is it back up now? I'm assuming.
Yeah, it's back up now, but I only just realised when they were like, oh, make your dice roll. I was like, I don't have a character sheet. It's back up now.
Sudden
though.
refresh.
Yeah.
Everyone basically will remember this except for Kai. Kai, you're probably still you know, smoking a bit too much with the librarian. Yeah. Makes sense. You cannot recall this moment. You're not at the brightest at the moment.
Blazed off his ass.
Yeah. You do all remember from being in the palace that somewhat roughly right around you know, where the old palace is located. That's where you know, the throne room of the emperor is. With that, I will just drop you in here real quick, so you have a little bit of a grasp of how it looks like. And now pieces probably will fall together for you to observe. Basically, this, if you think about it, this is right dead center in like where the old palace was built. That's how you feel like it. So, knowing which,
So this,
yeah,
this room where we were before, that feel like it was the old palace. Is that?
this is dead center, like on top of the old palace.
Okay.
And you know that
So-
on the old palace, a dome got built. Basically, like a perfect round circular building right next to the moat. So by that, you will figure out that, like, probably right here in the middle of the room is probably the ascension spot of the emperor. That's what you will figure out with this.
Yeah, we'd suspected for a while that this throne room is the center of the ritual. So, and this is more or less confirmed that. So, additionally, the throne room is dead center, built atop the old palace, and the center of the ritual of ascension. I keep capitalizing that because it's the name we've given it.
Yeah, thinking like Buffy Hellmouth, just like under the library.
Yeah, that could be bad.
Right.
Yeah, this is the problem with me rambling around about stuff. Any other questions you have about this place that you might?
The obelisk stone research that wizard was doing, how
yeah,
it relates to what?
You will get the whole collection of all of his works because, well, yeah, you could just request that, and you do, yeah, like he's been working for the Empire for like 50 years at this point, right? He, you know, from the moment he came off the academy, he just, you know, got rising up to be like, let's say, like probably the most powerful tool of the Emperor that he has. That's how he recalls it, like the most proficient wizard that exists. But you, as you read his name, you don't recognize it. You never heard of him before. Like he's probably like the top secret wizard that the Empire has employed.
He's the foremost expert on obelisk stones and almost entirely unheard of.
Yeah, he's been working completely like you know the names of like all the top people of the Empire because you've been studying and you will recognize any names. But this name, his name is Jolly. I'll spell it out. Like that's all you get, like only a first name, like nothing more. But never heard of this figure before.
And he's one of the most powerful wizards of the Empire, or is it just an assumption?
Most proficient, probably. Yeah, like the.
Okay.
Like
is it specifically? Is it specifically? He is the best when it comes to understanding obelisk stones, or he's just really, really good at using magic and being a wizard.
Intelligence-wise, he's probably has the highest score of everyone, but probably like that's how you should grasp it in this case.
Like his counterspells are +10, and he isn't a bard or abjuration.
Like his counterspells don't miss. That's how good he is. That's the level of his grasp of understanding magic in particular is just beyond anything. Like that explains always his notes.
So he uses the new counterspell. Wow, that's scary.
He has access. He has access
to
the 2024 spell list. That's how good he is.
He has access to the 2034 spell rules. That doesn't even exist in reality.
Like even the previous spells from the first editions, he has access to those as well. That's how good he is.
He's mastered all that. So multiple concentration spells, all that business. He knows what Thaco is.
The ultimate power game.
So whenever he attacks you and he goes like, "Oh, you 5th edition casual, you're high AC, you're fucked now." Bang.
Yeah.
He understands Thaco even. Wow, that is the start of it.
He understands fucking 2E. He understands how it's played. That's how good he is.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
We better not encounter this individual. It sounds like fuck.
It does sound like he could give us a run for our money.
He seems to be a prodigy.
What he's working on though, he's the main constructor of like the dome, basically. Like that was his from like you can see his starting blueprints and starting what do you call it, like all the pre-work, you see all the thoughts behind it. He's probably like the creator of this or the pitcher of like, we could do this, and that is basically his
Yeah, made a note. He's the main architect behind the anti-magic dome.
Like whatever it is that is Emperor's plan is probably thanks to him. That's how like the
he's going to build the means with which the Emperor will successfully use this ritual.
That's the best interpretation of it. Like the grantor of the highest point of success for the Emperor to succeed. Yes.
Right. And how does this relate to the stuff we found in obelisk stones? I'm assuming the whole obelisk stone notes we found is more these are going to provide the fuel for the ritual.
Like you at this point, as you've read through the ritual, you could probably do the ritual yourself. Like how much you've read, like all the notes combined, so you know how it's done. The problem is with all his notes, he's not planning on doing it, but it's like an ingredient for this whole dome. Like how it's used, it's kind of fake. It's just there, It's like not a concern of him. It's already figured out basically, but you don't know how this equation fits in the problem that you're facing. That's like it's part of it, but what's the plan? That's not there. Like it's not written down. It's because he knows the plan.
Could you repeat the? Just so I understand my notes here, so the piece of the plan that is missing. So we understand theoretically how this ritual will work. Like we could do it with the stuff. What that piece that's missing? Though I was writing my notes. What did I miss there? I'm sorry. I'm asking for repeating that if it's possible.
Like you know that you can make an obelisk stone by guessing the ritual and sacrificing human life that are standing in the ritual circle. That will transform into an obelisk stone.
Right.
You know the Emperor is going to sacrifice everyone in the Empire. Like, you know that's going to happen. Like, that whole thing and the dome, like, you would hope to find, like, a reason, like, why are these two things connected? All you know from the notes he's making, these two are connected. But the why, you don't know. Like, it's
So we don't know why this guy is doing this.
Like, yeah, he's making a gigantic anti-magic dome for the ritual. But the whole,
Maybe he's trying to stop the gods from influencing the outcome.
Something
Okay,
that could be an answer, but you don't know the answer.
Yeah,
That's the
we
king
don't know.
that you're facing.
I'm
That's
just
all.
Maybe he's
trying to notice that.
protecting himself for not being distracted, because if he's gonna destroy everyone, maybe he cannot control. Maybe the anti-magic thing is like the way to destroy everything outside that dome. Maybe just thinking aloud.
Could be an answer. You don't know.
Yeah, who knows? Yeah.
That's the new mystery you have to solve.
And Jolly is obviously a nickname, is not a real name. He just put it there on purpose, because he doesn't want people to know his
Everything
name.
you find about him, this is Jolly's notebook or something. Everything, that's the only name you see. But if it's his true name or if it's a nickname, once again,
knowing that he's a super intelligent person, I mean, no judgment. Maybe Jolly is a very respectful name where he comes from, but it sounds to me that it could be like a nickname.
Like a pseudonym, yeah. Keep his identity secret, because this guy is almost completely unheard of. Right. Okay. Okay. So based on our findings, we more or less know what this ritual will do and generally how it will work. It's basically the process of creating an obelisk stone, but on a massive, massive scale. But we have only theories and hypotheses on what the anti-magic dome will do specifically, such as protecting the ritual site, which is a good theory as any. Could also keep people out as well if only the Emperor can enter and exit it. That is troubling.
Maybe it's where the magic is being funneled or something, I don't know.
That is where it will take place. But that entrance, though, that's going to be a bigger problem than I realised. How do we get in?
Maybe there's something in the throne room.
Possibly. Or we have to
We
launch
can
ours.
read from the plans. Can we maybe sabotage and make a hole in the dome?
Oh, before everything happens.
I think our attack would have to be before the dome is activated. That is correct. So we'd have to do this before the actual ritual takes place. Because once it starts going, that dome will be active, and only the Emperor can enter or exit it. And based on what we've seen, we would not have the means to get through it. Although it would be very funny that it's the most powerful anti-magic dome ever created, and then a sledgehammer could get you through it.
I mean, maybe Clive could burrow underneath it and make a hole, and then we could cover the hole or something like that and make it somewhere in a corner or in the wall structure somewhere. I don't know.
That is true. It's not magical, actually.
Let me just check those notes, and I'm going to check: is this dome a dome and it stops at the ground, or does it go underground?
It's a full circular
hemisphere.
Ah, damn! See,
circle.
Oh, it's a whole sphere.
Henry checks and goes, shite! I'm sorry, Saul. It's a sphere, not a dome.
Wait, do we know what it's made of?
Yes, you with extra research.
Show the pieces.
Yeah, like the hexa pieces, the anti-magic thingies.
Yeah.
From research, they are like extremely expensive to make. Like one of those thingies costs like simply 500 gold pieces, and like it's built out of like 10,000 of them, right? So it's
like each panel or something like that, right?
Ooh.
Each panel basically blocks any type of magic coming at it. They are all connected, so like they share one gigantic hit point, basically the entire dome. So, yes, you could destroy it, but I already told you it's made out of more than 10,000 panels, and one of these panels probably has more than 1 HP, so whatever you throw at it, it has to be a fucking nuke.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's probably thick as all shit as well, so like getting live through it probably won't work.
I wonder if we should be. I think a preemptive strike is the best option so far before it's activated. We
Could
need to talk.
work.
We need to talk to our allies to see how long it'll take to gather everybody and to get them into place.
Hmm.
We know
Maybe
how
just try to-
resilient the panel material like is super anti-magically, but is it like hard to actually break through physically? I guess it should be too,
Oh,
right?
Yes,
Marcus
because
said
it's
that-
it's one gigantic hit point the entire dome. So you cannot just attack one panel, like you have to attack all panels at once. And yeah, that's above like
Oof.
10,000 hit points, so
Okay, okay.
once yeah, that's
Gonna be doing all the things that are underground as well. Wait, hang on. How big is the horde that the Broodlord can summon?
you have no idea. You haven't visited him in like a long time. And so far you have
Because then
been
if
like he's
if we
very
do that-
powerful right now, and you know he's expanding like crazy like an insect, so you could expect him to already have a pretty prominent army, but to take out the entire empire,
well, there's the thing. We have him focus all his forces in the dome. And theoretically, they get through it because they all hit it at the same time. But that also means we don't have an armed force of any considerable size to draw out Occultation's standing army to give us a shot at getting inside. I think we should consult our allies and then see about how long it will take to get everyone gathered.
It's probably for the best. I mean, if we can deal with this early before the ascension, we would then just need everybody to avoid the ascension.
Well, that's what we want to do, is to ensure the
If we-
means
if-
to
I mean,
use
it's the
it.
perfect solution. If we destroy the site before the ritual, then there is no ritual. As simple as that. That's gonna be much, much less dangerous, I guess.
Perhaps Mephistopheles and the Emperor can hurt each other enough that one of them becomes manageable. Because the way I am looking at this turning out, they fight each other. We deal with the survivor with lurks. The survivor's dealt with. At that point, our contract with lurks is over. And I'd rather not have the ritual still able to be used when that happens.
I
But
more than agree.
but
I
the
totally
remain.
agree as well.
It does remain a possibility that the ritual site will not have been disrupted in any significant way. In which case, it would really be winner take all.
We'll
And
measure us.
last time we faced a being at Lurk's level, he wiped the floor with us.
I don't particularly remember it that way.
Within about less than 10 seconds, he devastated myself and Will.
Okay, well, maybe it was like that. But we've come a long way since then. I'm sure we can handle a demon a bit better.
He's an archdevil. Maybe not on the same level as Mephistopheles, but
How was that out of game? Do we remember which level we were when we fought him? Actually,
good
level 11,
question.
I think.
Level
We
11.
were discussing this earlier. I think we're level 11, but all I remember is that we were getting our shit rocked when we took on a being that was meant to be the same level as Lurks, and it was the Emperor or the Emperor's personal generals that had to destroy him, and they did it pretty easily.
Okay. Thank you, y'all.
Yeah, if we can... I think it's best to talk to the allies, but I think, first of all, we gotta deal with the elephant in the room.
Which is?
The fact that if we speak to our allies, they can wonder why the fuck there's two Henrys. Get away.
I'll tell them that it is to give them some extra firepower on the battlefield.
Okay. But it's just
Fair.
that they may be concerned as to why we've said we're sending Henry. Oh no, it's a fake.
I mean,
We
you
technically
could.
sent to Henry.
Yeah, you could just impersonate the other Henry yourself and just, not make it easier.
Yeah.
Up to you, though. But
I know. I think it's a
feel
good
like
point.
if
Saul.
too many people knows the rules, it might get to the Emperor's ears.
Very well. I'll listen in on the meeting. I'll stay quiet. But Sim Henry can be the one sitting there.
I mean, he could just go away for a few hours, and you could just take his place. You look identical. You just have to change your clothes, pretty much.
Kenji is aware of him. We've sent him to stay with him. So, Kenji is also
Yeah, he knows.
wise enough. He's wise enough to know what this may cost us all.
Like you can just keep a sending stone open and just listen on the conversation for another.
Oh, nice. Yeah, okay, that's a good one. Because here, sending stones are different.
Yeah, they are cell stones. Yeah.
There is.
Let's
Yeah.
contact. We contact Kenji. Tell him that we need to meet with as many of our allies as possible to get a time frame, a timetable for getting everyone in place as quickly as possible. Sim Henry can stay wherever he's been kept hidden.
Before we go, I have one more research to do, personal one, but whenever we all finish with this talk.
Is there something you need to look up, Saul?
I was thinking potentially to try to look for something. Maybe you could help me. I want to find out how to break a deal with an entity like this. Is it a way to go around a contract of sorts?
Well, depending on the wording of the contract, yes, but you've just made this deal, what, days ago?
Yeah, I mean, just this one and try to... It sounds wrong, but could another entity override a contract from an entity? That's what I want to find out.
It depends on the entity, I suppose.
The level of power, I guess, right?
There are precious few gods left in this world.
Because I remember, I mean, we were not talking of the same level of magic that we are having here on the table among us, but Mom used to do that for people and kind of contact her matron to undo deals, but they were deals that were nothing to do like what we are dealing here. We are talking about minor, tiny curses and different things like that. And
it's more the cost it will entail to undo this contract is what I would be concerned about. Because even with what your mother was doing, I'm assuming there was a cost involved.
yeah.
Imagine that scaled up. I'd much prefer you to be out of this contract you've signed, Saul, but really wish you hadn't taken it on either.
I just assumed that. I mean, I wasn't giving all the factors of the contract. I was just desperate. My love blinded me.
Vecna bargains like a devil, it seems.
Yeah, it's just
Comes
like,
to you at your
accept
lowest.
this deal, and then we'll talk about what it entitles later, kind of style. So,
This may sound cold, but I don't know if it's something we can focus too much of our time on right now, Sir Saul.
yeah, just a quick look. And
Of course, we have some time. Can somebody get in touch with our allies? I'll assist Sir Saul.
I assume Will can.
Yeah, I got some sending stones.
maybe just to make it faster, Henry, I could assist you because you are much better at researching. This is what you do.
Very well.
That's okay with.
We'll have a look at. I'm not entirely. Well, contract writing of higher entities of some kind, something along those
like
lines.
overruling contracts or things like that.
Is that something that can be done, Mark, while they're contacting our allies?
Yeah, sure. Make both another investigation check, I guess.
Okay.
Do you want to just give me the help action, Cisco, or do you want to do a separate one each?
I will be happy to, if Mark is okay with it, I would like to help Henry, but if you think it's better to do one each, then I'm happy to do that too.
He's allowed to help you. You're not allowed to help him. I will
No, that
because
is
his
okay.
role's
Sure, I'll do my
significantly
own.
better, I
Tell you
think.
what, I'll cast Fortune's Favor on you, and I can do
Ooh.
a separate one just on its own.
What is Fortune
No.
first supposed to do? I
You
forgot.
can re-roll a d20 roll.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So-
So you think a 19? Yeah. And I have to take the new roll?
I don't think it says that.
No, you can choose, I believe.
Okay, so then I'll choose the first one. What the fuck?
We both did pretty well. Equal, in fact.
Oh, okay.
19s
all across the board.
Yep.
Like, let's say, like, from the lack of notes that you get from, like, you know, if you ask around, like, oh, are there any deals related with Vecna? What kind of everything you get? None of them seem to mention that Vecna ever did any deal with anyone. Like, he never made a contract, never did anything related to what this is. Like, this is, you know, something that he never has done before.
Never needed to.
Like,
what about if we're looking up the undoing of deals by higher entities as a general thing?
yeah, but like before the ruination, there no, of course was this thing like you have different tiers in God. Like you have, you know, you have like the God of silly things is not as powerful as of the God of Death. Obviously, you know, there's a bit of a skill difference. So yeah, it used to be the case where like even higher tier god could eventually override the rule of a lower tier one. But there are no gods. There's nothing left. There's only like very little left. Like if you know what it is that you're facing, then maybe you could break it. But with the information that you've got, like all you know is like Vecna has control over your sister. That's it. Like, but what type of control? Is it a spell? Is it a binding? Is it a curse? Is it? It's not there.
Cool.
Sir Saul. I am.
Yeah.
If I'm speaking out of turn, please tell me. But I'm anticipating. I want to anticipate something here. Based on what we've found, there isn't a being alive that exists that could supersede Vecna. Perhaps one of his godly colleagues, but we've kind of burned our bridges with them.
And obviously, there is no way to reach out to the creator god. I can't remember his name out of
I
there.
think he is they are a bit of a distant entity. However, I want to anticipate something. If we are successful, the Emperor and Mephistopheles are stopped, killed, whatever, we defeat Lurks, and the ritual has not been stopped. I am begging you, do not put yourself at the center of it just so you can break this contract. I know your reasoning would be noble. You wish to save your sister, your family, your last remaining family. But consider, what do you do after that? You have all the power and no one to keep you in check. That is all I wish to say.
You see that Sol kind of looks kind of like into the space for a second, kind of lost on thought. And he kind of like slowly raises his head and says, yeah, I think probably before I met you all, I probably would have 100 times sacrificed myself for this. But knowing how the world works and what we've done together and how hard we fought to get here. I don't see a world where that soul still lives, if you know what I mean. I've already come to terms that my sister is kind of dead in a way, even though everyone keeps telling me she's alive, she's alive. When the things go how they're meant to go, she might just be dead, and that means that I will never really be able to meet anyone else. There is no room in my heart for anyone anymore. It's just closed forever.
Henry narrows his eyes at you because he still hasn't found out about the nature of your relationship with your sister, but just kind of okay.
I guess
That's all
if
I
I
would.
notice that kind of reaction for a second, Saul will
Before-
explain.
Before Saul says anything, Henry would say that. Oh, very well. I just needed to put that forward, and
I know. Thank you.
I know it. I know the relationship. I know it's not the same thing, but I did experience a great loss, as you all did fairly recently as well, when Jane's life was taken from her in grotesquely unfair circumstances.
You can
I
make
get-
an
I have an
instant
idea.
check if you want.
Sure.
On
Sure.
Saul's kind of reaction, he just stays super still in a very awkward way, and you see kind of like he's kind of not offended, but in his mind, the comparison, he thinks to himself that what he feels for his sister is like a true love, like from a fairy tale. You know, it's just like he's completely surrendered himself. There is no way out there. So in a way, the comparison is not really offending him, but he's just thinking to himself like,
Come on, not the same thing. Yeah.
yeah, nothing to do like that. But he doesn't want to offend you, so he's completely blocking it, just so he doesn't react to it.
Henry picks up on it, realizing that it was maybe not quite the best thing to say, but well, anyway, that's all I wish to say.
No,
So
I
I'll,
understand.
I'll take my leave of you.
I understand my relationship with my beloved is rather unconventional, and it feels like wrong even. We kept it a secret always because people don't understand, but we've been like that since we were kids. We had this connection. I don't understand how it happened or when it happened.
The penny is now dropped.
Yeah, we are twins and we shared everything, and then one day as we started growing into teenagers, we started realizing that it happened.
Hats is very unconventional, and
How long has been, Mark, since we started the campaign? Literally since I left my sister. Let's put it like that.
For canon reasons, let's say it's 10 months now since then.
All right, yeah. If that's the case, I'll say, before everything happened, just right before my mother was taken and I was forced to leave, my sister had a miscarriage. So we could have even be 3 of us, but life changed around us, and I don't know how that will never happen now. Anyway, enough. Let's go. Thank you.
yes, right, of course.
Saul kind of wipes his eyes that are already like almost into a Japanese manga, kind of like vibrating like that.
It's torn between
I like how for Dr. Jones it's this huge deal.
Screaming.
Yeah, maybe you want to do a wisdom saving throw
Literally-
to see if it's psychic damage
Literally
from
the
whole
rest of
conversation.
us have fucking known this since like episode like 7. Like
Here, just drop the bomb for no reason, yeah.
I know it's
Yeah.
like because of the waterfall. That was when we all figured that out. But fucking Dr. Jones had no idea.
No clue. He's just found out now. He's just like,
I'm sorry. This is episode what? Fucking 90 something or
Wow, that's so scary.
On set, 109. 109.
109.
oh, it's not 109 for me. It's episode 66 for me.
That is still pretty funny.
Oh God. Okay,
Oh,
I can't do anymore. Someone take over. Fuck.
Yeah, at the meanwhile, like the Skype tune starts ringing at the same time of 5 different people
Yeah.
around the globe, and they all start to pick up, and it's kind of the Rick and
Alright,
Morty scene of,
alright, hello,
you son of a
everyone
bitch,
hear
I'm
me?
in, and yeah.
We're getting some lag here. Anyway, here's the gist of it, and Will just explain the gist of it, and that's the gist of it.
Understood.
Yeah.
Mr. Gilhart will start speaking out above everyone else. I actually have a meetup location. Basically, I constructed a factory and such, and it could be a good hideout. Basically, the Empire doesn't exist. This place exists. So, yep.
All right. Well, very well. Where could you like mention that spot? Actually,
If you just go to your user place, I will pick you up. I
Yeah.
will pick everyone else up as well. No worries.
the usual place, and Will's gonna think to himself,
The kobold.
"Oh, that usual place." Yeah. Okay, we can go there. We could meet you there.
Sure, cool. Then
thank you,
see you on in a second. Bye bye.
All right. See you. Bye.
Beep, beep,
And then
beep.
we're just all hanging up. Man, a lot of busy work. Oof. Ain't that right, Malcolm?
I'm still dealing with yesterday's comments. Will,
Which one you're gonna have to narrow it down.
turn on the fucking cat, Will.
Doop, doop. I mean it's on. I don't know what you.
Just cast the spell.
I tap Kai on the shoulder. Do you have one more joint?
Anyway, oh hey, Dr. Jones, you look like you've had a bad time. Did you read like a shitty book or you know?
Sorry, what?
You know what? I was saving this for an occasion, and then Will's gonna pull out. Here's my good bottle of Chardonnay. Take it and recover from whatever this is. Just keep the damn thing.
1 minute later, Kai, do you have more of that weed?
Well, you know, this is really a shitty library. Bearded librarian, you made 2 of my friends read the shittiest books here. You know, just you there in your corner on your doobies and your.
I don't
Devil's
think
Grasp.
Wiselong can hear you. He's in another
Wiselon,
planet.
that's his
right
name.
now.
Thanks, Martin. Good job.
Well,
Thanks.
I'm gonna keep calling him the bearded
Let's get
librarian.
inspiration
because
from
he's here.
Martin. Come on.
Yeah, sure.
know,
Why
it
not?
does seem
Like, it's impressive how you keep doing this.
I
Yeah.
think that's fair. No, but, well, listen, to me, he is the bearded librarian. I'd be the bearded high librarian because, he's the one in charge and, he's high as a kite. But anyway, in that case, Soul, since you have also been disturbed, it is my job to redistribute this and give me a minute and we'll searching through his backpack. Let's see. I will give you let's see here. I will give you this free bottle of tequila.
Oh,
That
tequila.
has tequila. Yes, you can have that, and then we'll just hand you a bottle of tequila. That might have been from like the train a while back, but anyway.
Listen.
Now that we've all been liquored and drugged up and read up and booked up, we're gonna need to go to the Dancing Kobold. So everyone just gather round, and I will take us there in my hat. And any travel afterwards will have to be with either Kai or walking. Does anyone have any more questions about that?
Oh, that's good.
No, we're all used to walking.
All right, that sounds good. All right, in that case, and I will say the magic words of power that get us 2 places. shabba shabba skibbity dee bop. And then,
Yep.
Yep, I'm gonna do the hat and teleport us to the dancing kobold.
Straight into
Use
the
my last
dancing
charge.
kobold.
Yep.
Yeah, as you arrive, Mr. Gilhart is already, chilling over there, like, oh, good, you're once again the final one.
Yeah.
You guys are kind of slow on this.
Yeah, we can't all be as motivated as you, Mr. Gilhart, to fight and tame dragons. Okay, some of us have day jobs that we can't afford to quit. Now, if you'll excuse us, you
Yeah.
can explain what you're doing here.
Yeah, he will basically open up a portal himself and will step through. Also, you can obviously follow, like, he's just here to
Alright.
pick you up, yeah?
You see what I mean? It's so crude. I just teleport us. This guy makes portals. It's so fucking old-fashioned. Who does this? This is pre-rumination stuff.
Okay.
Well, I wish I could do it.
Clearly, you're in a fucking mood today.
How
Thank
many
you.
times can you cast teleport?
Di-
He says smirkly.
You know what? Give me a day, and I will probably have one more.
It's not quantity, it's quality.
Thank you, Kai.
Tell what you have to tell yourself to sleep. Anyway,
Anyway,
you see, like, everyone, the rest of the gang. You see, well, if you are gathering around, what do you do with Andy? Because, you notice, there's a second,
Did not get the message sent to Kenji that Sim Henry has to stay away.
yeah, that is what.
Oh, yeah,
what
sure.
Will did explain. Yeah. he
sure, in
did
that
explain
case,
in
then
just
second,
things, yeah.
second Henry is not there,
Yeah.
so it's only, regular, Henry.
I suppose off screen.
Oh, it's just
can
regular
we,
Henry.
off screen, we make sure Sim Henry is kept up to speed on what we're doing, so that when he is
Yeah.
out with the army, he's kind of
Yeah,
up to speed.
yeah. Give me a minute. Here, Dr.
Actually,
Jones, you know him better than I do. You talk to him.
I don't think he can technically be kept up to speed because he can't learn new information. I
We
think
can
he
tell him
be
what's
able to
happening.
instruct-
Yeah.
Oh well, I
Tell him what's
suppose.
happening.
Yeah, Dr.
Yeah, I
Jones, like I
suppose so.
said, you know him best. Here you go. Here's a stone. You can just call him.
Yeah, so I'll be doing this sort of like
Yeah,
we'll
you
just assume that
explain-
that is happening.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Dr. Jones, how's it feel to talk to yourself?
Not as insufferable as I thought it would.
Anyway,
yeah, so as you enter through the portal with only one Henry, literally everyone, the rest of the gang is here except for Mr. Gold. But you do see, like, the invisible lady that, is helping him. She is there instead of him.
hello.
Once again, she's ignoring all of you, just here straight through the point, like, not interacting, basically.
Yeah, that's
Gotcha. Focused
But,
woman. Kudos.
The rest of the group, Lars will probably be the one to step up on. We really should stop meeting like this so often. So, what you got?
It's really... so yes.
We've been under the palace.
I've got the report. Any more info?
Yeah, and there is a sort of dome of pure anti-magic blockage that we think could have something to do with this. We think either it's a point in which magic may be funneled into it, or it may be an echolot changer for the Emperor to go into during the Ascension or just after the Ascension. Magic can be cast while you're in the dome, but nothing can escape it and nothing can enter it. Barring this one entrance that the Emperor has access to. How he has access to, we don't know. But we're thinking if we make our plans sooner rather than later, maybe even stop the Emperor before any form of Ascension can take place, we can end this all, and then the day of the Ascension, we can just drink martinis.
How did you find all this info?
Well, we're very good at our job.
A library.
Also, the notes. Yes, the
We
notes
did
helps.
our homework.
Yes.
Lyrics will start, staring towards you, Henry. Well, wizard, could you maybe once again enlighten us with your magical abilities so I'm a bit more up to speed?
Could I fluff this? Because I don't want to tell him. I don't want him to find out about that library.
Mhm.
It's. I don't. I'm going to give him the memory of me looking at all the notes and such that we had. Is that be possible?
Like, I think you can pull out whatever you like whatever
Yeah.
memory.
So it would just be specifically sort of me hunched over a desk looking at all these notes, essentially. That'd be all right. So I'm trying to not reveal this magic library that has everything written down ever.
Yeah, you just, all of the information from the notes reading and your thoughts about these notes, I guess, they are all attached to the memory.
Yeah, I'll just hear that there. I'll go. And I'll pass this around to everybody.
All of them get basically like a floppy disk in and out type of system, I guess. So everyone is kind of up to speed about, so.
As well as our hypothesis on what the dome is
Yeah.
supposed to be, which...
Ooh, this is crucial information that we could really abuse.
Potentially, I mean, Matthew, what do you think about it?
Well, what I think about is that Mephistopheles doesn't have this information yet. We could give this info to him.
We do need him to keep the Emperor at the very least distracted, and even if he loses, well, whoever of them wins will be weakened enough for us to deal with.
Yeah, ideally, we could create a situation where they fight each other, right? That would be the best thing.
That's the most likely scenario, yes.
I look to everyone else and say, does anyone have a better plan?
I mean, I think having two powerhouses take each other out could be the best solution.
And I look to Lurks and say, it's safe to assume that none of us here is strong enough to face either one of these beings.
I highly doubt it, because I assumed Mephistopheles would just wipe the floor with your Emperor. But from recent activities, we figured out that the Emperor is a much larger threat than anticipated.
I concur.
So, right now, just to be clear about Mephistopheles' plan, he's planning for a full-on assault on occultation himself. He's preparing most of the forces, and he has a good way to get a first strike at the Emperor. So right now, if I put my odds on it, I think the Emperor should be the one to be defeated first, and then we can take on Mephistopheles ourselves. But we could, of course, try to lie to Mephistopheles and put him on the disadvantage.
Steer him into the direction that we could use him as a weapon.
Again, we do need someone to deal with the pair of them. Having them both be that person.
We could get a few of our anti-heroes that are not powerful enough to actually take the power of the Ascension into that too. Like I know this is not very nice, but Misty Belle, my sister.
I'm not sure I follow, Saul.
I mean, if we could get these creatures who are fighting for gods to kind of get involved on the fight with the Emperor and Mephistopheles too, then we will get rid of them as well.
True.
And will further weaken themselves by fighting these other entities and all of them fighting each other. I'm just thinking. Because there is a possibility, like if you said that the Mephistopheles will defeat the Emperor pretty quick, then he might not be really that damaged, and then he will still be too much of a target. And if there was more people fighting on that fight, all against each other, that way there'll be more chance that all of them will get weakened, and probably the least powerful will be killed anyway.
It would, but I don't know how we convince Misty Song or your sister to do so.
I mean, isn't that what she wants? She told us that she wants to be to take the power of when the ritual happens. So we could just give her the information, or I guess with this plan the ritual won't be happening anymore. But
That's the problem.
That's
They
a plan.
want it to happen. They are literally pawns for the fake gods above.
Yeah, that's true.
That brings me
stands
to
to
another
reason that-
point. We
It could be like a
can
plan B.
take care of these gods. Because apparently you guys have the entrance way towards it.
You want to go after them first?
Oh, not me, I'm not stupid. No, Mephistopheles can take care of them. Obviously,
You
the
think he can?
problem. Oh, yes, he can.
Well, at this point, I wouldn't mind. Definitely for them to just be taken care of. They are as bad as the devils.
Problem is,
They just-
Mephistopheles is more than likely going to gain a lot of benefits from defeating them. So, with that,
power-wise.
with whatever they have in storage, if you know anything about them that we should know before this, it's good to know.
I think that the gods so far, the remaining gods, have always ever moved through agents and proxies. Why would this be any different when we make our move? They would send more proxies, like Misty Song, like your sister, Sir Saul.
Oh, it's Misty Song. Misty Bell sounded kind of nice too. Maybe it wasn't the right name. Sure. I should
That is
know.
what that is simply what I think. I don't know if that is actually what would happen.
I think it's a good conclusion. I think deduction. I mean,
I personally would prefer that slipping this information about the Emperor to Mephistopheles, letting them fight each other, take themselves out of the equation, and maybe one dies, we deal with what's left, and then we deal with each other. As I'm looking at Lurks. Because surely the gods' proxies will become involved as well, but they'll have to fight their way through too. And who knows? And we have our own forces.
So we agree, I will tell Mephistopheles about what you have found, and
maybe we should think of the timing of when to tell him. Do you think it's a good idea now, or should we wait until it gets closer? I don't know.
And
When-
if you don't mind, what Will's gonna do, I just need to check this spell real quick. I want to subtle cast detect magic. No reason whatsoever.
of course, yes.
hmm
It's
And
magic.
do I notice anything in particular, such as any type of
Scrying.
alarm spell or scrying or anything like that at the moment around us?
A few alarm things. Well, you are kind of in a an office of like a factory. Like you do hear a lot of
Mhm.
noises coming out of like the office. Like around you in the office right now, there's not that much except for like the personal things that everyone has. There's no scrying, no alarm. You can check like the rest of the factory. You do notice like a lot of magical energy coming from that place. But there's nothing spying on you right now that you have a feeling about.
Okay.
That's a relief at least.
Will says and does nothing.
Henry looked at everybody else and say, I think letting slip this information to Mephistopheles, specifically about the Emperor, is our best way forward.
I think it's a good call to maybe speed the plans along.
And we need to know, turn to everyone else, what is the time frame on getting all of our forces into place?
Problem is,
And that-
Mephistopheles is planning on attacking the Emperor on the day of the eclipse.
Well, we
So
wanted to
if
do it
we
earlier
make
than that, don't we?
That would be preferably, so I personally don't see any way we could persuade him, especially with this information. Like, preferably he just wins literally the second the eclipse happens, right? So that's what he's going to plan about.
Would he attack earlier if we gave him this information?
No, I think he would just adjust his plan so he would succeed more likely. So it's probably smarter to give him this information on the day of the ascension.
You do know he will not be able to enter this dome.
So he will have to improvise and do other ways around. Maybe he will think about keeping the Emperor alive a little bit longer, just to get information out of him, giving us more time. I'm not certain how this will play out, but this is my guess.
Or we could lie. Tell him that the dome, instead of blocking magic, maybe speeds up time.
Or just tell him that he will not be able to enter the dome. He has to make his move earlier before it's active.
I mean, that's not really a lie. That's the truth, really.
True.
So it's good.
Unless, Mark, I, the player, am misunderstanding something here.
No, that's the... You got a good figure. He will return with the... Okay, then I will lie about the description of the dome. Problem is that if I do that, I have to probably do it right around now. So are we sure we want to give him this information before we carry on? Because once we start this plan, it's no turning back.
I'd like to have all our forces in place first.
And then Mr. Gillard will speak. Give me at least 1 more month, maybe a bit longer.
1 month.
Maybe a bit
Return to
longer, like things are, let's say 6 weeks.
I turn to everybody else, and specifically sort of Broodlord's forces, the trolls, Mr. Gold, have been ready to sort of stop reinforcements, and Kenji's followers.
Everyone seems to not. From counting the days, that would be roughly around 6 weeks as well before the ascension actually will happen, basically. So you have...
Oh shit, we're cutting this tight then.
Like, if this fails, you have another 6 weeks left, but you could...
Oh, right.
Like
Okay.
Basically it's 12 weeks from now, the Ascension Day, like the eclipse.
Right.
Right now you have 6 weeks to plan about, before Mr. Gillard is ready with his forces with Broodlord.
Right, okay, so... Shit. We could put all our eggs in one basket. For... basically 6 weeks from now.
Or we get an even bigger basket 12 weeks from now.
Mm-hmm.
But then, if the basket breaks, we're fucked.
Well, it's kind of a shit or bust thing for stopping this anyway, isn't it? I feel. What does everyone else think?
I think we're better off just doing the 6 weeks rather than waiting the full 12, because even if we fail at that point, right, we'll have still crippled one or both of their forces in a significant way either way. And depending on how hard we hit, 6 weeks, that's not going to be enough time to recover nearly as much. Whereas in the 12, it's not just us prepping, it's them too as well.
Mm-hmm.
So 6 weeks, I think, is the better bet. Once then we get rolling. That's my personal opinion.
If we can diminish a large amount of resources within the 6 weeks, and then somehow the party, us 5, survive, that means we have a second counter attack on the 12th.
Exactly.
And above game, if Sim Henry dies in that battle, they'll think, oh, well, the crows are not a threat anymore.
Potentially.
Mm.
Yeah, yes. So Malcolm's gonna say I think it's best you go tell your boss.
I don't normally agree with Malcolm that often, but I totally agree on this one too.
My God, you're agreeing with him.
Smile.
It must actually be the end of the world.
I mean, we are friends now, I'll say. Looking at Malcolm, expecting a reaction from him.
Malcolm's eye just twitches.
Yeah.
Anyway, so it sounds like we got the gist of it all here then. We spend 6 weeks prepping for our forces. Once our forces are prepped, when you've told your boss, then we'll make our first go-round at all this. And ideally, if we can't outright stop it, we could at least put it on hold or make it extremely hard for both sides to recover.
Kai, do you concur?
Sure.
You are a good.
What was that?
You're wiser than most of us.
Yeah, so I think 6 weeks is the best deal. Then we can maybe arrange a second hit.
Yeah, it'll just be us left if this first go around fails.
Mhm.
Well, I mean, if speaking of if Simulacric Jones does bite the bullet, should we make sure your life?
I elbow you because that's
Oh,
the
sorry.
idea is that everyone thinks it's going to be me on the front lines with the army.
Anyway, what I was saying is that Henry, you should get your life insurance plan sorted out.
And
make sure your
I
brother's all
will
sorted.
do a subtle cast gift of the gab rather than the last
Yeah,
6 seconds
sorry.
of conversation.
Just to be sure. Yeah, thanks.
I'm so sorry about that.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
cast it and once again Henry's like, "Can I smell ozone burning?"
The only people that remember are all
Odd.
5 of us of the group right now.
I
Literally
just- I
the ones
always-
that remember that.
I just flavor it. Henry has no idea what you're doing. I just think it's a bit of fun. He's like, you cast it, you go, what's that?
And
Yeah.
and I'll just
Dylan
and while
Jones
Henry's
needs
looking
his
around,
life insurance.
I'll slightly elbow Henry like.
It will
Yeah,
be
Dylan
amazing if every
Jones
time.
needs his life insurance if you die.
Yes, of course.
If every time Will casts a spell, it suddenly smells like alcohol. You know what I mean?
Someone's burning alcohol. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
like something is drinking. Like what? There's no one drinking here.
God.
It's like,
Anyway, so like what has been said, just to recap all of this.
Yeah.
We're gonna get our forces ready for the 6 weeks. Lurks, you will inform your boss of all of this, and then we will do our first go round with the intention of crippling and or destroying one or both sides, depending.
Well, we all got stuff to do, it sounds like, so
It most certainly does.
it was fun meeting you all once again.
Yep.
Yeah.
A pleasure.
I'll kind of. I assume Tristan Zibris is there too, right? Or-
No, he's not part of the
Oh.
inner
Oh,
group.
he's not part of.
He's a
he's not
lackey
part of that
lackey of Lurks, basically.
Yeah.
He's just an
Yeah,
underling
yeah,
for him.
it's true. I'll kind of Lurks is he's not as well. Lurk is there, right?
Yeah.
He's been
Yeah,
talking to you.
spoke, as a bit ago. I'll say, how is the inner plans going with my friend?
Well, I will, after this information, send him back on investigating whatever is that is guarding the dome. Sounds like a important threat that we have to deal with as well. But, well, we have 6 weeks to figure
So-
that out, right?
We can tell you all we know about the Eternal Mist.
I know a little bit about him. He was the main reason why we couldn't teleport back into this realm. But thanks to you all, you opened the gate for us, so thanks for that.
You're welcome.
Well, we're always making future plans for future partnerships, even when we don't know it.
It seems that way. Is our business concluded?
I would think so. So,
Right.
see ya! And he will once again teleports away in a reddish glow, and Mr. Gilward will be like, oh yeah, he will first make a portal for Genji and one for the assistance of Mr. Gold, and then to the rest of you. Any place you guys want to go to? Or can you teleport yourself?
Where are we?
Should I give you a little tour?
The... Oh.
Sure.
I mean,
And-
sure, since we're here.
Well, this is one of my buildings that I once bought. Thought it would be cool, but yeah, kind of put a halt in it. But I managed to get it back working again, and he will open the door. And you see this, yeah, it's a pretty large factory. From the looks of it, like you don't see any windows or anything. It's all magically lit everywhere, and it's basically in mass. It's constructing like very large, auto mill parts, to call it like that. Probably for like the Broodlord army that he's constructing right now. We'll give you a bit of a tour, like, oh yeah, right here, like this is where this is get built, and here it gets assimilated. This is literally all magically done by like clockwork steampunk-ish machinery going around. And like the end result, well, these are just exoskeletons that you can see over here, but eventually this is the final result. If he could get like a couple of thousands of these things for the entire army of the Broodlord, well, then we have pretty significant force that, of course, with a built-in death switch, and he will pull like a lever that he has right now around it, and it will literally, the exoskeleton will just like create enough spikes that it penetrate everywhere throughout the entire body.
Right.
So that's ta-da.
That's very impressive, honestly.
I agree. It's quite the factory you got here. Quite the powerhouse.
Thanks. Yeah, it's all underground as well, so probably no one's ever going to figure this out. This exists, so ta-da.
Right. Well,
Right.
we're gonna need to get going now. I guess we can go on one other adventure before everything else. So, Mr. Galehart, if you could get mobilized in the next 6 weeks, that would be wonderful, and we'll just keep track on our calendars.
Believe it or not, I'm trying my best. So,
I believe you.
well, bye then, I guess.
Yeah, nice to see you. Take care,
And
boss.
if you could just take us back to the dancing kobold.
Oh yeah,
Go
of
from
course,
there.
I forgot to. Yep, and he will make a portal straight to the inside of the dancing kobold.
All right, and we're back in, and I'm like, alrighty, well then, all right, 6 weeks, and then we'll give our first attempt. What we could
I'd
do
like-
in the meantime, we could try. Trying to think of what's left for us to resolve around here.
You can make a decision. I'd like to go to my museum. It might be the last time I get a chance to.
That's fair. All right, well, there's 0. We've already found whatever we can about that. We could try. We've already talked to the trolls.
I mean, we could sort out the thing with Kai's Forest. We still haven't fully sorted it out, right?
I thought we did.
I mean, it's pretty sorted.
Like you
Okay.
could do more missions, but you still have another boon that you have to, get from the tree by exchanging HP if you want to. But
Is there?
like
It's
yeah,
10 more.
we
It'd be
made
10
it
HP
to
for the
four.
next boon, though.
yeah. And after that, it will become 15. So it's if you want to right now, if you think I'm actually healthy enough right now to get another boon, that's good to be good. But
I mean, I kind of think so, but
Squishy wizard. No, I'm not.
actually, on second thought, no, I don't think I am. The HP I have is because of my aid, not because of me actually
You
having.
think
that much HP.
150 HP is okay for a fighter? I could take the boom and has 150, or is that sound like shit?
Oh no,
Is that-
the fighter with an AC of 29. I think you'll be fine.
Is that before
That's not
or
bad.
after the aid? That's the only issue.
Yeah, no, 82 with the 8.
Okay. I mean, I think that could be healthy. I mean, I can't really
Yeah.
think of anything else that we have in our side quest log that we have really
Okay,
unattended to.
I'll think of that and probably I'll look at which one and I'll pick one.
You know, I'll look at the boons too, but in the meantime, yeah, let's try another mission with that. At the very least,
Yeah.
we'll be getting more experience.
I think the more we fight, it's likely that we will get stronger, like it's been happening. So we should focus on training and fighting creatures and stopping evil around, like we've been doing for now.
I do agree.
We could potentially try to eliminate some people that could be conflictive, that we could overtake. We could deal with Misty Song, and we could deal with all these other
I thought Misty
wannabe.
Song was on our side.
She wants the
Ah,
gods to succeed and
Yeah,
get the ritual.
She was Vecna, right? She's on Vecna's side as well.
Aren't you on Vecna's side?
No,
Yeah.
not anymore.
On what side is Will?
I like the power that he gives. He has given me, but
Well, I
there's
mean,
no way around.
if-
I'm like you. I'm very disappointed with these gods. They're all scoundrels.
I'm gonna be honest. Zipper did let me down. That's actually kind of messed up now that I think about it. But okay, so if we were to want to go and approach Misty Song, I mean, we did go to her hideout. We could just go back, try again for round 2. Although we wouldn't be able to really put her down, though. Luke, you're muted.
Yeah, we came to the conclusion every time we killed her, she lost more, so we could just turn her into empty husk.
So you could propose that technically, if we kill her enough times, then she'll just become a non-threat, kind of.
Or an empty husk with no idea how to use its power and as such becomes a bomb.
Bomb we could use, in theory.
Probably not.
Well, as far as getting around goes, I won't be able to get us around anywhere today. So if we were to go around, we would have to use your tree, Kai. Or your tree thing. And we've already found the runic items. And we've already... Did we ever find that third brother? That
We
third
did.
demon?
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
you
did.
have
The
in
hammer.
the-
Yeah, the hammers.
Yeah.
That hammer is in the bag of
Oh, yeah.
holding.
Oh, yeah,
With
with
the
the
nose.
wizards. With the wizard giant.
Yeah.
We still haven't decided who's getting what items amongst our allies, and we've not even gone through the Wayland spellbook either.
No.
That is true. Alright, so...
Oh, Wayland's spellbook that contains all the enchantment spells.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Plus 5 of
mentioned
your
that.
choosing. That's what it contains. So
Holy shit!
you could,
Alright,
copy
well.
whatever you like, but it costs a lot, basically. Yeah.
I'll just get a list of enchantment spells up then.
So, okay, so there's that. We could... Actually, Kai, you're treating... It can't get us
Andy,
back
check
to the...
check the general
crow's
chat.
nest. The general chat? Okay. Oh, okay, yeah, the enchantment. Okay, thank you, Luke. Your tree teleportation,
Thank
it can't get us to the crow's nest, can it?
No, there's no trees in the crow's nest.
If we were to put a tree there, would it be able to do it?
Where's it going to grow? We've had this discussion
Technically,
before.
but
It's made of
I've been
ice.
looking for places and there's nothing's growing there.
Damn.
Even if you put it in a pot, it probably die shortly. It won't be big enough.
You know, we
If we
haven't been to Zipper's Dream. We could try checking on the place again. It's been a while.
Yeah,
Potentially.
to see if Angelo is still alive. How many times
Yeah.
he's gonna come back?
If you guys, we could rest up tonight and then head out using the trains tomorrow. Go to Zipper's Dream, and then then we have the teleport on standby in case we need to leave.
Could be something.
Yeah, and then Dr. Jones, he already left. Right, we could just call him tomorrow and get him to come with us to Zipper's Dream. So I think that's the plan. We'll just spend today.
Alright.
Let's
We
see.
can go and see Honor and Kronos for sure. Check
Or,
them out.
we could shop for some potions. Get some potions of healing.
Sure, that sounds like a
Yeah.
plan.
All right. So, I'm. What? I'll tell you what. I am gonna go shopping. I'm gonna go look for some potions of healing, and Yeah, and if you guys want to go shopping, we'll just meet up back here. We could sleep here at the Dancing Kobold, and then we can call it a day.
Yeah, I'll kind of like as well find someone in town that come. If you're okay with it, will just organize someone to come and clean this place. Right.
I mean, all right. I mean, I appreciate it.
I mean, I don't mind, but it's just like there was so many mice in the kitchen. It was kind of scary. There, I feel
Oh,
that
that's my fault. I told them they could come, like, if they're really hungry.
Oh, okay.
But I told them to leave, just... Yeah.
Yeah, because I think they are kind of like gonna start becoming a union soon. I can see them like with flag, with composters soon.
I'll go into the kitchen, like,
Right. And
you have to hide from someone.
and Mark, just to make your life easier, I'm just gonna sit just potions of healing of all kinds, regular, greater, whatever there is, and I'm just gonna be going throughout town. And the only haggling I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna be like, look, for the greater good of the Empire,
Or the greater good.
I am willing to give you about 60% of your asking price.
The Warhammer and the influences keep going strong.
Yeah.
We've got
Thanks.
Tyranids, we have the Emperor, now we've got the Greater Good.
But whatever it is whatever the normal price of the potions are, just take 40% off.
Yeah, that's your bargaining chip. That's
Look, I'm just telling you that we're creating a business, You're creating organization, we're creating marketing. You see, I'm sort of influencing how your store is able to go throughout the Empire. We're in a lot of war zones. We get to meet a lot of soldiers. I'm just saying.
make
Are
a
you trying the
persuasion
Oblivion-
check.
Are you trying the Oblivion haggle system?
Yes.
At what point did they just go, get away from me?
You do have to make a profit. I recognize that. 80% of your asking price.
Once again, a persuasion check, please.
Sure. Fucking do it. Let's go. I'm gonna re-roll that using my sorcery stuff.
Why not? Yeah.
Yes,
23.
because... What?
It's a 23.
Yes, but I am making a very big ask. It's a...
Yeah, he's
okay.
also making a stupid decision.
Yes. And then persuasion again.
Well,
I might...
a wise man once said, it's only a stupid idea until it works.
He was
So
talking
that's-
about shooting guns into hurricanes.
That minor detail.
Also, roll
Minor
History
me.
detail.
doesn't remember. History won't remember that part of the conversation.
I will.
Like the context of the wise man once said is not important. Only the sentence he said is important.
Exactly.
That's a
Mark
takeaway
gets
here.
it.
Yeah. Roll me a d100 as well.
A D100? Okay.
The sentence he said was shooting hurricanes.
And if it worked, I don't know whether this is going to be good or not. 15?
Sorry, I'm still not over.
Yeah, the d100 dice was kind of the luck percentage on how fully stocked everything is.
Ah, fuck.
So yeah, 15 isn't really that great.
Yeah.
What is the list you wanted? Like basically any sort of potion?
Just potions of healing of all kinds. So, like, regular, greater,
Okay.
whatever it is.
Yeah, you can choose between 4 normal ones, or 2 greater ones, or 1 superior.
Can I buy all 3 sets?
No, that's the or.
No, that's what
part.
choice means.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So,
Freaking Americans want everything again.
Oh, we're ripping you off. That's how we rip you off, right? We give you choice and then
Alright,
you want
what?
everything.
You know what? That's fair. You know what? You said it was 4 regular, 2 greater, and 1 superior, right? Though.
Yeah, you can choose one of those to
No,
buy.
or. It's not and, it's or.
Yeah, or. It's
I-
ors.
You know what?
Right.
English is not my strongest language. It's my own.
It's your only language.
Bargaining, apparently.
Hey, I bargained into a possibility of a superior potion.
To be
Like
honest,
it's 40%
pretty good.
off. So
You know what? I'm gonna go for the 2 greater. It's better to have volume than just one powerful one. So 2 greater. That'll be the
Sure.
choice. Then. Yeah.
Let's say they just cost with the discount right now, let's say 150 gold. That's fair.
For the set or for
for the
each?
two, for the two of them.
Okay, yeah. So I will pay the 150, and then I will add that to the my inventory for 2 greater healing potions.
Yep.
Yeah, give me 1 second, and then.
I will also take some time later on to change Kitiara back, recast the spell and change her back into Hummingbird.
Cool.
And the only other thing I could do is I could just go into. I think there is a blacksmith or something here, and I'm just looking to see if I could buy bullets, just regular bullets.
There's
That's-
how many do you want? Like
if I think they comes in packs of like 6, if I remember correctly.
yeah,
like
one
6
pack
bullets
is
per pack.
6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if I could get 3 packs, that would be good.
Yeah, that's totally fair.
And then
I'll-
whatever
I'll
price
update
that.
the list.
Yeah, and I would give it to Malcolm to put in the list. So how much would that be in gold wise?
I can
24
never
gold
remember.
per pack.
24. So all right, so that's 24, 48, 72. I'm like, listen, look, there's not many people that have guns. Guns are a weird technology. People have an easier time with slings and bows. I could do like 50, maybe 45 gold.
You're really pushing this, but okay, one more persuasion, just to see if you.
I am-
72 gold's the full price, by the way.
Yeah, for all 3 sets, I believe. No, well, 24, 48, 72, yeah, for the 3 sets. Unless I did the math wrong, yeah.
No, that's cool.
But I'm trying to get that down. 33, so I'm trying to get that down to 44.
Jesus Christ.
I will do you 30% off.
35.
Sure, but then you have to do the math. So
Will's like, sir, I like your hat. I'd also like to sell it to you. And it works.
So that's about 25 off, so 72 minus 25. It would be about 47 gold. Because,
I believe you. I'm not going to calculate it.
Well, I can show you the math. So I took 72, right? And I took 35%, which is 25. And then I subtracted the 35% from the 72, which is 25. So 72 minus 25, that's 47. So that leaves you with a total of about 65% of it.
You are
So
aware that I'm not
65%.
gonna note this down at all, right? This is just an
What?
imaginary figure that we're never going to meet again.
Actually, yeah. So a better way to do it would be 65% of 72, which is 46.8, which estimated to 47. So
Yep.
yeah, I'm just gonna pay you the 47 gold pieces, and that'll be the end of that.
Cool.
And then Luke, you could just add the bullets to that inventory.
Yep,
And I'm
already done.
Okay, and yep. And that is, I think that's really the extent of the shopping I wanted to do, because I wanted to get healing and a little bit of extra bullets. Other than that, I don't think there's anything else that we could really want. Of course, I say that, and then it's like whenever you make a grocery store trip, and you always forget the one thing in the grocery store every time you leave.
Ah, my wand of wonder. I forgot that.
Yeah,
That's what I went out for.
The boots of speed. Damn it, could have picked that up. So yeah, so that's what Will's gonna do.
Anyone else wants to do something?
You know what? I'm honestly good. I'm just trying to go with the flow.
You know, Malcolm, if you're gonna want to buy something, I could go with you. Just to let you know, I'm having a really good day when it comes to sale prices.
I'm sort of an eternal being. I don't think it matters.
Look, just because you're dead doesn't mean you can't make a use for money. That's all I'm saying.
I actually have no need.
I mean, you could get yourself a better coffin. Because
Done silence. Coffins are expensive.
Oh, I
Yeah,
guess
they are.
Cap.
Cisco, you're muted.
You're really on you're on a streak, aren't you?
I don't know what you
Got
did.
it.
I'm just being myself
Velvet
here.
inlay, maybe? I would say that. That is
Yeah, you
would
see,
be quite sepulchral.
You
coffin,
could,
like.
yeah, you could get one that has a I don't know, some kind of drawing in it.
Flowers.
Yeah, I'm done.
Roses, you know.
I'm gonna leave you to ruminate on that.
Yeah, sure, that's what I'm ruminating on.
Kai, will you be okay to come with me to speak to the horses? Maybe we can ask them if they have been treated well and all those things, you know. I'm sure Kronos and Honor will be happy to see you as well. And anyone who wants to hop in.
Sure.
I don't want to speak to animals.
I'm gonna be doing presentation on the dancing kobold. Presentation.
That's much better than a cleaner, much cheaper, actually.
Yeah. There's that old vomit stain.
It doesn't get removed.
It's not coming out.
Yeah,
It's not-
it's staying there. You make it worse.
But
It's
you know what?
The more you
Same
clean it, the bigger it
for the
gets.
20 years, yeah.
You know, it's part of the decor. It adds to the character of this place. I'm moving on.
As
that's what
you are
we'll do.
moving on, I guess we could also be moving on.
What a segue.
Yeah.
Good segue.
I know that was a good segue right there.
Yeah.
Sure, let's
plotting
end
on.
the stream, but quickly me roleplaying as a horse. Sure.
No, we really wanted to hear your horses, your best horses.
Be the horse.
You just want to be angry at one of the horses for no reason
No.
again. That's you.
This soldier's gonna abuse a horse.
Isn't there like a emote in
I
Discord?
like how we each have our respective animal that we all sort of aren't nice to. With Dr. Jones, it's fish. Soul, it's horses. Will, it's squirrels. With Malcolm, it's other humans. With
Henry's reputation is unfair. There's nothing against salmon.
Yeah, there's
I
sadly
mean, the
not an
evidence
horse
speaks to the
sound noise.
contrary.
Propaganda spread by a malevolent, malicious druid.
This is the best I can do.
Oh,
no,
There you have
That's
it.
close enough.
Yeah.
Yep.
your story has become a cautionary tale among salmon, Henry. I think it's too late for you to go back.
Salmon tell stories of me to
Yes.
frighten their spawn.
They're in the
Behave.
schools of Spain.
Or they would if they didn't
Henry
die
Jones
after
will come.
spawning. Ha 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 ha.
Henry Jones will come. Yeah. Oh no.
Yes.
You're the thing in their ghost stories. You're the thing in their closets.
Henry's
Yeah.
the Doomslayer, just for salmon.
He's the one that should not be spoken of, yeah.
Absolutely.
Anyway, sorry about that. So yeah, horses. How are
Yeah,
they,
sure.
Mark?
Quickly,
Do
let's
it.
go to the horses
Yeah.
and then, yep.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. What do we want to do with the horses? Yep, they're there. Once again, as they see you, they're kind of like, oh, you know, this way
We'll get
they
carrots on the way, I guess.
like, yeah,
Like
they are
treats.
more accustomed to being here than on the road at this point because, well, you guys have been traveling through portals for the past 5 months now. They're literally just stuck here. Yeah. But yep,
Well, maybe next time we go to the Druid Grove, we can take them and they can just live there.
Oh, that would be good. You could ask them if they would like that. It's a nice free-range lifestyle there.
Okay, so instead of abandoning them in a building, we're going to abandon them in the forest.
Yeah. But at least they can just go around and there'll be somebody's food, you know. There'll be like
yeah,
a...
but like, what if
point
somebody
of them.
captures them or shoots them?
No, they
And
won't...
they're back in captivity.
They might be eaten, but that's just the circle of life.
Could then
Yeah.
your friends look after them so they don't get eaten, kind of?
I mean, they could, but they probably hive most of the time. So
The
it's...
situation isn't better.
I mean,
I'm not here. You know what? I'm not there.
You could ask them. You know, that we should give them free choice. You know, it would be nice to see if that sounds like an option
Sure.
for them.
Okay, guys, do you like it here or you want to come to the forest and fend for yourselves, but maybe you find like dates or something? I don't know.
what? No, we fucking love it here. Free food, just
No, it's
get
too
food
late
for
for them.
ourselves. No.
With a minus, with a 2 intelligence, a -4, you think they're gonna want to change?
Like, this is fucking life, man. Like, Preferably we have it that you even buy other horses instead of using us, you know?
Oh,
Just leave us here, we're good.
they want to retire, guys. They want to retire here. This is the retirement home.
Really? Damn it, that was quick. I mean, if they're happy, I guess, but I mean, you still have quite a few trolls to go around, you know, it's not the end of the road.
They're pretty happy here.
Alright, that's good. I mean, that's ultimately the goal, right? I'll kind of pet Honor and Kronos after a minute. Alright.
Sure, with that, I guess I will remove the horse from occultation because, well, they're now officially retired. They're not yours anymore, I guess. Is that fair?
Bye-bye.
Hey, there's still
What?
paperwork that says they are
Yeah.
ours. They're just not using them anymore. So
Yeah.
I will just make them smaller, so they're less significant.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
We can go and visit them.
it would just be very rude right now if you'd be like, oh yeah, you want to be retired? Sure, that's fine. And then come back like 2 weeks later, be like, hey! That's...
Yeah, it feels too real. Okay, yeah, go to the old people's home. All right, bye. Yeah, that was the last time anyone's heard of them. Damn it.
Cool. Thank
Well,
you, Joe.
with that, I guess we will end this stream. Yeah, thank you guys for playing this session. It was a good one.
Yeah, it was
It
great.
was super fun, yeah. Thank you.
It was a good one.
So with that, yeah, we have also a Tuesday and a Sunday campaign. Either tune in or those, otherwise wait for a week. We will be back. And also special thanks to Joseph B. Strauss and of course Joey Great Grandfather for the Golden Gate Bridge. And yeah, I'm not using the other stuff anymore. So yep. With that, yeah, stay magical, stay Stacy, and hopefully see you all next week. So bye bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.